Welcome to the Hudson Valley Disc Golf Podcast. This week's episode is sponsored by bagger extraordinaire and longtime listener, Patreon member William Byrne. This week we got Evan, Alex, Corey, Randy, Erich, and Tim. Jaimen may or may not be on in a bit. Registration is still open for Sunday's DisCap Series 2025 Volunteer Finale at Stony Kill. It closes Friday at 9 a.m. Sign up if you haven't. If you haven't volunteered yet and you want to play, call Jason, Alex, or Jaimen. I'm sure they can come up with something for you to do at the last minute. Registration is also open for the 13th annual Two-Town Turkey Trot on Saturday, November 22nd. Wedge's annual tag release is usually a fun event. And while registration is still open for the Turkey Throwdown 16, it is currently full with a wait list. Is there anything else that people need to be reminded of registering?
NIFA finals, that's opening up to anyone who's a NIFA member. So if you're a NIFA member and want to play Warwick and Oasis, that's also available. That happens on Saturday.
The event is Saturday?
November 1st.
Oh, wow. Okay. We didn't get to it last week, the DisCap October Monthly at Dove Creek. Evan, you played in that, right?
Yes, I did.
Have you played that course at all before the monthly?
Yes, I went to Dove Creek when it was still kind of being built, the front nine, and was helping, clear what is now 18 and, throwing discs at buckets on stakes, stuff like that. Since then, I have played the front nine. I had a day where, I'm trying to remember, I went to Dove Creek, I went to 80K Discs in person for the first time, and then I think there was the Flex at Burbine. Maybe it was all the same day. So I had played the front nine, but not the back. The back is pretty new, and I know that Terry and the crew are kind of hustling to get it in shape for the monthly.
Tim, you played there yourself?
Oh, yeah, I've played Dove Creek a bunch. My oldest has a tutor that he does weekly out in Amsterdam. So when I get out of work, I run over there and play the front nine while I wait for him to get out of his tutor. But I just played the back nine for the first time 3 weeks ago. My middle son and I went out and played that. It's a lot harder than the front nine. Both nines are a lot different on that course. So it's kind of a cool course to have out there.
When you played it, you said 3 weeks ago, if you had to put a percentage on it, how done would you say it was?
I'd say like 85 to 90% done. The bridges weren't all the way up, so my son and I got to climb over some of the large wood piles that they had there to get up and down the creeks. And the windmill on 18 was on 18, but it wasn't hooked up to the basket yet. So we could see what it was going to be, but it wasn't actually set up yet. And then there's some, minor things, but it looked like all the OB stakes were put in. It was pretty close to being ready.
All right. And Evan, when you played it, this was not this past Sunday, 2 Sundays ago. What would you say after having played it? What percentage would you put on it?
Having played it for the monthly, I mean, yeah, it's done. Like any course, I think there'll be improvements, updates and stuff. But yeah, it was, it felt done to me.
Yeah, with the caveat that no course is ever truly done.
Correct.
Even if you feel like you're done, something is going to happen that's going to make you,
And I think they got a good amount of feedback after this. I know at least on my card, there was a lot of talk about how punishing the OB needs to be in the woods and, stuff like that. At the same time, you've got holes that are close together, so it's always kind of a balancing act.
Yes. So it looks like 22 people came out for the monthly. Todd Lawrence won the rec division with a plus 10. And I assume most people are either playing this blind or, if nothing else, playing that back nine pretty blind would be my guess, right? How was your round, Evan?
It was cool. I got there a little early. They had a coffee truck there, and they were giving out complimentary coffee to the players. So I guess the owner maybe was a disc golfer and might have even played the monthly too. But that was cool. So I got a little cold brew. Warming up in the field. Hole one's right by a big playground, a big field, just playing catch. I ended up on a card with Aaron Holtby and Devin Lamke and Brandon Klein, 2 of my Lemonheads. So that was really cool. We started on 10, which was perfect because none of us had played the back nine ever. I think Aaron had never been there at all, and then the other 3 of us had played the front to varying degrees. So we kind of found our way around back there, but it went well. Started on 10. I had a great shot that ended up holding up for a CTP all day. Hole 14, I think I also got the CTP there, if I'm not mistaken. Hole 18, to mention, is like a small replica windmill that is like an elevated basket with like a windmill top, and it's on a pretty tight, small island that I know that was something people were talking about, how small the island is, but it's only 188 feet through a great proxy that had a real good chance of going in. It was parked, so I thought that was a cool hole.
Yeah, those are always the best holes.
Yeah, playing it blind and, almost acing it for an easy tap in.
Is it a working windmill?
No, it was purple, I think, and the drop zone is also kind of elevated, so even though it's an elevated basket and it's sloping away from the drop zone, and
Hey, we need to get back to this windmill real quick. How was the only comment was that it was purple when we were asking about
Corey,
the
I was trying
functionality
so
of it?
hard to keep quiet on
Okay,
that
first
too. I was
of
like,
all, okay, I'll ask an easier question. Does it spin?
I didn't see it spin, but again, I was on the hole for maybe a total of 10 minutes.
So the defining feature of the hole, you didn't even take 2 seconds to look to see if the vanes were spinning?
I'm going to say not spinning. I
Oh.
believe that it's a replica, maybe a prop windmill.
Okay.
And
You didn't try to spin the blades?
I did not try and spin the blades. No,
Do you think they're nailed down to where you can't spin them?
These are great questions. When did we play there? What was the date?
Terry sent me a picture of it. Let me look. Let me see if I can pull up the picture he sent. If it looks like it can spin or not. Oh, it definitely looks like it could spin.
Okay.
I guess I'm not the type to test those types of things. I leave well enough alone. Got my tap in and went walking to hole 1. I don't know what to tell you.
It looks like it could spin, but I do think it would hit the basket if it spun.
What color is it?
It's like a maroon. Here, I'll send it.
It's not even purple. It's maroon.
Wait 1 second. I'll send it.
Man,
Did I just find out that I'm colorblind? This is
No. The
Crazy.
post and everything is purple, but the actual windmill is maroon.
Now, I don't think that they're milling grain inside either. I guess if you want to get real technical, but I didn't look, so
It's
who
not
could
hooked up
say?
to a power generation system?
Maybe, I don't know. Like I said, everybody was talking more about how tight the island was on a 188-foot shot in the woods.
Okay, this is like a mini golf windmill. I'm picturing something more metallic and.
I think it could spin, but it does look like the basket's in the way
the
to
basket
make it go
would-
all the way around.
This is great radio, by the way.
That
Terry's
picture
going to
sure.
post the picture as soon as this gets posted online.
Anyway, I had, I think an adventurous back 9, 3 birdies, a couple doubles, it looks like, much quieter on the front. I finished at +4, 1 stroke ahead of Devin and Brandon. Aaron playing blind, shot even. He had 6 birdies on the day, so good round, Aaron Holtby. I think we were all playing AM. Great day, beautiful weather. Great job with the course, Terry. It's very cool. I wish I lived a little bit closer. It's a little bit of a drive from Troy to Amsterdam, but whenever I'm out that way, I'll definitely check it out. I like the turf tee pads personally. I don't know if other people agree, but I had a good time.
well, that one's going to be. We'll see in time. You know what I mean? In a couple years, we'll see how.
Right, and how do they do throughout the winter, and then what do they look like next spring? I guess, but for the day, it was a good time.
I will say from playing that course in the winter, it is pretty easy to shovel off those turf tee pads. The other fun thing about that course, if anybody's out there, is there's a farm right around the corner, like where hole, is that 14? There's a fence there. And sometimes the cows will just wander into hole 15's fairway because the gate's down. That's just all somebody. So if you're out there, you might find some cows on hole 15.
Good to know. Looks like Josh Lee won the AM division, shot a -2, and Troy Vasari is your pro winner. Only one layout?
Yep.
Everybody played the same layout? Okay.
Yep. So
right.
Josh, play pro. You would have won.
People say that, and based on his score, yeah, but you're playing on a pro card. There's a whole different thing.
He ain't
You know what I
scared.
mean? Well, he is, obviously. He played AM.
Apparently, he's
Well,
actually. You know what?
I'm just
You know
saying,
what? All right, wrong,
The
wrong.
pro division was just Troy and T-Hud, so
Oh, so you're saying they're not intimidating fellas? That's what it sounds like.
not to Josh. I don't know.
I think he also just likes to dom the the AM section as well.
Josh is my boy.
He's dude, bing bong.
I mean, you make a good point with this particular event, but I think in general, I do think there's a huge difference between, shooting well, playing with people who are around your level, and then playing on a card with a
That's
bunch
true.
of pros. And
Listen, I played Pro League at JPark over the summer with Justin and Kyle, and yeah, I know the feeling.
All right, not a lot going on throughout the rest of the week. We had Shen Creek even more last chance dubs. Cody Canine and Matt Blankley shot a -9 to win there. Disbeat Club on Thursday had a 4-way tie. JQ, Mark Stryker, Dan Pupke, and Isaiah Mercer all shot -3. It's a handicap league. Another handicap league, the Skylands Friday Handicap League. Oasis, John McDuff is your winner there. SPW Dubs League. Looks like Tim Martino and Dennis Daly shot a -13. Cranmore Dubs League Glow at Crandall. Cody Miller and Ethan Winkle shot a -11. So did Charles Carpenter Jr. III and Tim Savio. Wedge Fall League Week 8. Chris Lucier and Trevor Lambert tied there with a -3. Long Island Sunday Dubs, Brian Wisher shot a -10. I'm assuming playing Cali or playing with somebody who doesn't have UDisc. And SPW did a Sunday Random Dubs. Cody Canine and Jay Malloy shot -10. Earlier today, Brandon Klein posted for the Summer Battle Royale. Looks like Kevin and Aaron played their Amside match. Do you know where they played, Evan?
I believe it was CTK.
I think
CTK?
so, yeah.
Brandon posted, he said, we have the conclusion of the Summer Battle Royale AM side with an undefeated run coming from the 9th seed. Kevin Newen is your winner. Your runner-up is Aaron Holpe with a bunch of close matches after losing to Kevin in the winner's bracket to have another shot at beating him. Your top 8 is as follows. Congrats to everyone who made it into the money and prizes. 7th, 8th was Jamie Borge and Kyle Moore. Greg Kurtz and Kenji Klein were 5th and 6th. Josh Lee 4th. Terry Hudson in 3rd. Aaron Holpe in 2nd. And Kevin is your winner. Congrats to Caitlin Clay for being the only person to hit an ace during the tournament and hitting the $60 ace pot. Thank you for everyone who participated in this event. I hope you all had a fun time and got to play fun matches in a unique format for disc golf. I plan on doing this next year as well, as long as people are interested. So if you had a fun time, please be sure to share with people that we will be doing this again next year. I'll also be sharing a Google form with a quick questionnaire for some feedback and suggestions for next year if you have any ideas. So the AM side is done. When was this match, Evan? Do you know?
Yeah, I think I messaged you and you were like, yeah, it was already on Facebook, dude.
Yeah, like 3 hours before that, but I don't remember what day that was.
I was way behind. It must have been Friday then.
Friday sounds good.
Yeah.
So the only question at this point is, how's the pro side doing, Corey?
Pro side is all wrapped up.
When did that finish? Was it before or after AM side?
Actually, well before AM side. You know, there was so much hype over it that me and Jason decided to keep it on lock. And man, were people prying. There's a lot of prying people out there. So I guess 2 Wednesdays after this comes out, before I went down to JPark with Kyle and Anthony Bohansky and some other people, and was waiting to hear from Jason to see if he was going to have some free time after work to meet up and get our match in, or potentially one of our 2 matches in. So he was working at Minekill that day. I drove out. I think we met up around 3:30, so enough time to get a round in and get our match in. And it was a windy day. It was blustery. We basically decided we were going to play whatever the team challenge OB was, which is for Minekill almost no OB other than roads and water areas. But
before you get going, I understand you guys ended up playing at Minekill. Would that have been your first choice?
I guess it probably would have depended on timing. I probably would have initially voted for Wilcox before the WoW. But other than that, I think they're all probably the exact same distance from my house, which is 50 minutes to an hour. So for me, it didn't really matter. I had the entire week off from work again to use up PTO. So I just told Jason, he thought he was going to be working up in Cohoes that week. And he just happened to be at Minekill. So that's where we met up.
So how'd it go?
In the beginning, it was pretty slow. Well, actually, hole 1, I screwed up multiple times. And my 3rd throw, there's those 2 big pine trees or whatever they are, like short left of the long basket. We were playing the orange tournament layout for the first round. And I went to throw this forehand, and the wind kind of swept it up into the tree, and it got stuck literally 25 feet up in the tree. The first hole, my Firebird, my overstable fairway driver for the win, gone basically. I think it was 4 holes of pushes to start. Actually, that's a lie. I think Jason also took hole 3. Either way, I don't think I won a single hole. No, I won 1 hole, and that was Jaimen's Resolution Hill hole, hole 13. It took me that long to actually get a hole back on Jason. I think at that point, I was already 3 back. So we basically played through 15 holes, and Jason beat me, I think, 4 and 3. 16, 17, 18, he beat me. Yeah, so he would have beat me 4 and 3 that day. I think the first place prize was $107, and second place was $65. So a pretty significant difference. But to me, what felt more worth is finally getting it all done and over with and a rest to make a date out of it. But my feedback to Brandon is to keep doing it, and I will definitely sign up next year and do it all over again. Hopefully with some more pro people, and if I had to do it again, maybe try to condense the season a little bit. But, everyone's busy these days, so we got them all done before November.
I had a lengthy conversation with Jason about this. Here's what he had to say.
It was a cracking good time. Cheers to Brandon Klein for sorting this out.
As always, Jason's very verbose. That was mostly for Tim. He wanted the British, so
well said, though. Well said, Jaimen.
Thank you, Pat. That was perfect.
Happy to say it anytime.
Actually, I do have a question for you, Jaimen. Having heard this throughout the year, are you interested maybe next year playing or no?
Yeah, I was interested in playing this year too. I just, I don't know. I still have a little PTSD from when I did this, but traveling down to Wedge during COVID. And I identify wholeheartedly with Corey's going, oh my God, it's fucking over. I don't care. Because That's what happened. Dustin Wolf beat me at FDR to get me out of it. And I was like, I just drove all the way down here to lose, and I don't have to drive back, so I don't care anymore.
Everybody else here participated, right? Alex, you played in it, right? Yeah.
I did.
I
got
didn't
third.
play.
Oh, Randy, you didn't play? Do you have any
Frickin'
interest in
Randy.
playing it?
No, it's just like one more scheduling thing. I
Too
don't
cool
know.
for school.
Wow.
Yeah.
He told me he was scared.
I think he's scared.
Randy's a grown up with like adult things to do.
Yeah.
Not like anybody else in the.
No.
No.
That's fair. All right. Well, it seems like a success. I actually, where was? Oh, it was at Evan's 100th tag match. I asked Brandon if after this was over he might come on, so we might get him on to talk about it, just to get his thoughts on it. You know, what he might do the same, what he might do different, if he's doing it again, all that kind of stuff. So I'll message him in the next week or so, see if he's interested.
Maybe you can hash it out live on air. Whatever is going on between you two, you can just get down.
Randy, did you do anything else this weekend?
Nope. It was my daughter's birthday. So,
Nice.
yeah.
Did you guys do anything fun?
We had like 12 7-year-olds over my house, and it was very chaotic and very fun. And I learned how to make bath bombs from scratch. So,
So look out for those in your
look
players
out.
pack.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
And they're not just posters, right?
No, they will explode if exposed to water.
So
The trophies
so
for
excited.
next year's Helberg.
Oh no, what if?
All right, so the FDR Ghouls Fest looks like they had 97 players. This is a tea time event, right, Alex?
Correct. So it's 27 holes, yellow baskets all the way through, and the ace place. I just want to start off, which set of 9 holes do you guys think I would have played the worst on?
The ace place.
It's so hard to choose. I'm just kidding.
So I shot 3 down on the front 9, I shot 2 down on the back 9, and I shot even on the ace place. Because
So,
I'm
was that
apparently
right?
terrible at the ace place.
Well, here's my question, though, Alex. This is a very important question. Was it all just boring pars, or were there any bogeys?
I bogeyed 3 holes on the ace place.
Wow. Okay. Now, how often do you play the ace place, though?
I have played the ace place exactly one other time. There's a little bit of an excuse there, but yeah, no, it's just, I was playing pretty well. Like I started off, I was 7 down going into the ace place, and then I bogeyed the first hole. I'm like, all right, I was a little bit too aggressive with that putt and left myself like a 25 footer and missed it. And it's like, okay, that's fine, 1 bogey.
Yeah.
But then I just keep going on, and I get myself behind the net on hole 9, the net that separates hole 9 from hole 1, and I take another bogey. Then it's just like, this is not what I should be doing on holes that are exclusively less than 200 feet with nothing particularly in the way. But yeah, it's rough.
9 is probably the tricky one, though. That is probably the most difficult one, if I had to speculate.
Yeah.
As far as,
I made it much more difficult than it had to be. And that was sort of the story for most of the ace place. I had 3 birdies and 3 bogeys on the ace place and 3 pars. But if I had just played yellows, I would have been 5 down, which would have been like a 940 rated round. But because I also had the 9 holes of ace place in there that everybody else was like, 5 or 6 down, I ended up with like an 888 rated round, which if you're going to mess up the easy holes, then you can't expect to get good rating. Overall, it's a fun time. I really enjoy playing FDR, in its many configurations. I much prefer the white layout, but it's a great place to play.
Yeah. Tournament director Christopher Jardin, go through the result, a lot of divisions here. Cynthia Jackman won the FA4 Women's Amateur 4 Division. Richard Clapp, the MA4 Mixed Amateur 4 Division. Judy McGuire, the FA3 Women's Amateur 3 Division. MA3, Charlie Hurge had a -12. Shayna DeSapio won the FA2 Division. Tyler Sackett, the MA2 Division with a -13. Pat Freeman won the MA60 Division, -4, only one in his division under par. Mindy Potts, your FA50 winner. John O'Brien, MA50. Barra Jones won the FA40 Division. Don Bucco, MA40. Beat Tomas Celez by 2 strokes, shot a -10. And also beat Eric Bowers by 2 strokes. Trevor Lambert won the MA1 Division by 1 stroke over Sean Ryan and 2 strokes over Adam Gutman. Tie for first in MP40, Glenn Richard and Craig Smolin shot -15s. And Craig Henninger with a -21. Jaimen, I don't think he's played that course, so he must be playing it blind, Henninger.
Yeah, Craig, he lives pretty far away, I think.
Now, did you wear a costume, Alex?
If you want to be technical about it, yes, but my costume amounted to wearing a weird polo and calling myself Big Germ.
Okay.
But it's technically a costume.
That's fair.
But yeah, not a ton left to report, except I've identified a location where I should be practicing a bit more at the very least.
That's a good place to warm up. So maybe just get there a little bit early and go over there, knock a round out to loosen up.
It sounds like a plan for Fools Fest next year.
Nice. All right. So that's the Ghouls Fest. Anybody know how many years? That's like a few years, right? 3 or 4 years?
Yeah, I think it's like the third-ish.
Yeah. All right. So New England Team Challenge this weekend. We had 2 matches. Our first one was a home match, Devil's Grove at DisCaptains. Devil's Grove, that's a main team, right, Jaimen?
Yep, correct.
And correct me if I'm wrong, they're very good.
They are, and they proved it.
Okay. What was your thinking coming in? Was this like a foregone conclusion? You think you had a shot? What were you thinking?
No, I thought, they're a good team. Historically, they've been a much better team. They were not as good last year, so I thought it was going to be a pretty routine home match. I knew that they're crafty, they're really good players, but last year we went to their place and we're pretty close to beating them away on a course that we had never played. So I was feeling pretty good about the match.
How did you feel after matchups came out?
Matchups were good. I felt strong. They brought a ringer for one of their women. They only brought 18 and 2. So they had a little trouble getting their regular ladies out there. So they brought in Rose Shurtick, who's a lady that we've seen many times. It seems to be that whenever a team needs somebody against us, she's the one that they call, which is getting pretty fucking annoying, I'll be honest. She's like almost 9-10 rated right now. She's just like consistently really good. And so anytime she shows up, it's like, fuck, like it's not,
I assume she's from Maine then, right? Or
I think she lives in New Hampshire. She's been kind of all over the place. I think she lived in Baltimore for a while. I want to say I remember Will Bach caddying for her at points.
I know that name. I've said it many times.
Yep. We were missing a few people. We didn't have Ethan and Tim and Josh Wynn. So we were at 19 and 3, but home matches, that's not usually really an issue at all. We always have more people than they do, and it's JPark, so we feel pretty confident there.
Nice. And who did you play?
Who did I play? I played Aiden Bailey. Maybe not Bailey. Aiden something. I don't remember his last name.
It does start with a B.
It does? Is this not Bailey?
I don't know. It says Aiden B on the board.
Oh, I'm probably right. It's probably Aiden Bailey.
Probably.
Yeah, he's a young kid. He's like 18, just graduated high school. The match-wise for me, there's just kind of a really like triple header day for me. It's all county week. So on Thursday I was out doing that. On Saturday I was not at all county. So I was kind of keeping track of my kids and getting them ready on Friday. Very busy day. And then I also had a wedding to be at on Saturday night. So I'm trying to get all this shit ready. And as I'm packing up my car on Saturday, I realize, oh fuck, my disc golf bag's in Taylor's car, which is at the time, I think, in Syracuse. So I'm like running around the house getting random discs and shit. It was actually a super fun bag for literally any other situation. It was like all my old favorites, like a bunch of ace discs that I'd retired, just a lot of like things that I really knew how to throw well and was excited to throw them again, but wouldn't put them in my bag normally. So I cobbled together a really solid bag. I was actually really happy with it. But just like if that's the level of planning I've got, I'm a few steps back. So I get to the course at like 8:20. Matchups are at 8:30. I throw a couple discs to Peter Hodge just to give them to him, and that's my warm up. And then I go out there and he takes a stroke on me on the first 2 holes, and like I just I didn't get going fast enough. I was starting to do better towards the end, but he had a couple lucky breaks. The last hole, I just got lucked out of the entire match on it. I threw a good drive. It just took a dead skip to like 30 feet. This is hole 9. And he has a really bad drive, lays up for a very easy par. So I run my birdie putt from 30, 35, smash all of the chains, and then just spit out the back to push the hole to lose. That's kind of how it felt luck-wise for the entire day. If I was going to get a kick, it was going to go into a kind of shitty spot. But he was playing really well. It's not like he lucked into a win or anything. It was just not my day. Very frustrating.
Corey, how'd you play?
I played a guy, Alec, which I kind of remember from when we went out to Maine last year. I don't know if I played against him in singles or if we're just in the same car together. But, I took one look at him and I obviously knew I'm playing their top guy. So I really had to step it up and pull my weight. And I played in a car with Greg Kurtz, and he played against this guy named Irvin. Greg was kind of got off to he got behind pretty well, but me and Alec were kind of battling the entire match. He was hitting metal. Didn't matter if he was 20 feet away or 40 feet away. Half the time they went went in. But anytime you had a inside circle 2 putt, I was not very confident I was going to come out of that hole alive. But we started on hole 14, which is the first hole once you cross the road on the east layout. I think by the time we got out of the woods, I had 3 or 4 strokes with about 4 holes to go. And then I lost 2 in a row, which I feel like I was in the exact same scenario in a prior team challenge match. Not sure which league, but for some reason, I'll come back across the road with a lead and I'll blow it on the easy holes. But we get to same hole 9, and I kind of felt like he was getting some luck along the way. Not saying that I didn't, but I think where he was getting lucky, it was really benefiting him. Like, I'm pretty sure he hit hole 25, Mount Misery, the short par 4 up the hill. There's 2 little trees on the left of the tee pad that for some reason people hit all the time. He hit this tree, which is like 10 feet off the tee pad, and it tree directed him to like 380 down the fairway in perfect birdie position. And I thought at the time, like, how the fuck am I going to beat this guy if he's getting this lucky? But it kind of turned on hole 9. He got lucky through the inside line, but it really only gave him like a 40 or 50 footer, and I like absolutely parked the hole. So I won 2-1. Greg and Irvin, their match was already done. They were kind of just following along with us. And Greg was hanging out the tee at a hole 9 with Irvin, and we finish our match. We start walking by him, and then all of a sudden Greg had this eureka moment like, shit, my Jeep is parked on the other side of the park at the other parking lot. So he had to go walk out there and remember to go get his car. But yeah, I mean, my warm up in the morning was kind of spent getting like our fire pit going. I know where I had stashed some wood from prior forest cleanup, so I didn't warm up a whole lot. But then when we come back from our singles match, I think we were kind of late-ish. I was a little surprised at what I was seeing happening on the board as the scores were coming in.
So it looks like they got you 13.5 to 6.5. I do see AB won his match. Who's the name above that, Corey? Is that Pete?
That's Peter Hodge, yep.
Peter Hodge won.
Actually playing their best guy. You can take that out on the podcast. But
he might have been their best guy on paper, but I know Alex was playing like a god that day.
Tucker won his match. A couple pushes. Jay Gorsage won. So now with 10 matches, that means you guys got to win 7.
Yep, 7 doubles.
I'm getting there. So knowing you got to win 7 out of 10, and is that to push or is that to win?
That would be to win.
To win. Why would you still put Peter Parker on a card together? Is that just for the joke, or are they good?
No. So I was actually, when I'm doing doubles, I spend a lot of time kind of like looking at it and thinking about how people will play together. And then on some of them, I like reach out to like those guys, and I reached out to Peter, and he picked up beer for Lurch. So I was talking to him about a bunch of stuff. And then like he and I, it was one of those things where like I send him a message while he's sending me a message, and they were both like, what about playing doubles with Parker? And so we ran with it, and it worked out. They were super solid. Parker's got a good amount of distance. He's a very like level-headed guy, and is a really good compliment for really anybody.
Nice.
But yeah, the Spider-Man card, that definitely helps Peter Parker.
Absolutely. Am I not seeing your name on here, Jaimen?
Nope. I had to drive to a wedding.
Okay, I wasn't sure if that was... Okay.
Yeah, the wedding was at 4, and it was 2.5 hours away. So after matchups, I had to get out of there.
Where was the wedding?
That's a great question. In between 88 and 90, east of Cortland somewhere. Smyrna is the closest thing that I could remember the name of.
All right, well, that makes sense.
Yeah, not a very fun match to drive away from in the middle, I can say that much.
Absolutely, I get that. What was the thinking with Corey and David?
That's also a great question.
I don't know. Nobody likes Corey, so you got to put him with somebody.
That is not how I thought that sentence was going to end.
No, I don't know. I think that you and Koch know how to communicate with each other. You're never going to get on each other's nerves. And I think you guys have the like same level of levity in every situation.
Yeah, no, I mean, obviously me and David go back and forth a lot, but I like this as a doubles team.
Yeah.
So how'd the match go, Corey?
Pretty good. I played against Nate, who I think is their top guy, right? The younger kid.
So in singles, you're not sure, but in doubles, you're sure. That's
well,
weird.
I played their best guy on the day and their best guy in paper.
Okay, that's fair.
I double dipped this round.
Wait, did you play Nate A or Nate D?
Nate A.
Oh, nope. Nate D is their best player.
God damn it.
You played Nate D, it says here.
Oh, I did play Nate D. Yeah, you're right. Oh, below me was Nate A. Okay, yeah, no, I'm just reading sideways.
Corey played their whole team, apparently.
Yeah, single-handedly.
Somehow.
in the rain. But no, yes, like I said, we played against Irvin and Nate, and Irvin is the guy that I was on the card with round 1 who played against Greg Kurtz. I enjoyed both cards, both rounds. Yeah, of course, I did paper scorecards, so I threw them away as soon as we were done with them. But me and David were kind of shredding. I wouldn't say that David's strong suit is putting, but when he has a good day of putting, he crushes it in putting, and he drained like probably 80% of our 25 to 30 footers. I'm not sure if we really had any long ones, but South is also like my favorite layout, and I think between the two of us, I feel like we have a pretty strong skill set for it. David definitely has like a better backhand than I do. I would say that he's got a better forehand as well, although mine might be more. My best forehands aren't as good as his best forehands, but I can kind of like keep the average. If we ever need something, a utility shot, I feel strong about those. But the other team was kind of struggling. The Nate kid that we played against, he's pretty young. It kind of showed in some parts of his game where he's kind of might get a little frustrated with himself, and it kind of carried into the next shot. Or I think we were probably up 3 or 4 strokes with like 6 holes left, and he kind of felt like he was already kind of checked out. But me and David just played pretty good, and it wasn't the hot score on the day, but we shot a 50, which I think is 9 down, and 9 down on South. It's not too shabby. So we won 9 down to 4 down.
2 cards on their side that had 49, so you're only 1 stroke off the hot round, it looks like.
Yeah.
So it looks like you guys got half of them. You got 5. You needed 7. It was tied for dubs, 10-10, but overall they got you 23.5 to 16.5. I understand that you guys had a close match last year at their place, and I vaguely remember that now that Jaimen mentioned it. But still, they were probably the favorites going in, right?
I don't know. They're an interesting team, whereas a lot of them don't play tournaments. So by the PDJ numbers, we're definitely the favorites. There's obviously a lot of situations that we're not the favorite straight down. Their lower end is higher than our low end. There's a few things that make it tricky. Bringing Rose, making their 897 rated player their second best woman on the day, that really makes things hard. I don't know. It's hard to call them favorites at JPark, but they played like it.
And that's the Nicole?
Yeah, so their 2 were Rose Shertick and Nicole Russell.
And that makes sense. Kate pushed with her in the first round. They're pretty well balanced, right? Those 2? You'd say ratings-wise, at least.
Yeah. Kate would have a battle with either of them.
All right. Who you guys got next?
We have Bombers away, so I'm looking forward to that one. Our away matches are going to be all very good matches this year, so I'm looking forward to getting on the road. Going to be heading out there in the next couple of weeks to get a practice round in and hopefully bringing as much of these knuckleheads as I can with me.
Is that one scheduled?
Yep. It is November 22nd. I know that because I just looked at the 2-town turkey trot and realized I can't play it.
The same day, yeah. All right. And that was your guys' first match, right?
Yep.
So we had one other team challenge match, the Lemonheads at Flatrock. Evan, where's Flatrock?
Flatrock is in Massachusetts.
Mm-hmm. Wait, what town? What town?
According to the banner in the shed, it's Atoll or Athol.
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 Yeah, Athol.
But if you go, I think by UDisc and or Google Maps, it says Petersham or Petersham.
I like Peter's Ham.
Peter's Ham, yeah. Peter Porker, Spider Ham.
Yeah, that's true.
That is some free association right there.
So, yeah, thank you. I'm just flying by the seat of my pants here. Athol, then. So, from Troy, about 2 hours and 20 minutes probably. I know that it is 35 minutes south of Stony Brook, which is another team in our division that is in New Hampshire. So it's north Massachusetts, kind of north of Springfield out there.
How was the matchups? How'd you feel there?
Going into it, I felt great. I was talking about it with a few people. It was crazy. Like 5 months ago, Jaimen sent me a message asking if I'd be interested in captaining a team. And now here we are asking 25 people to drive out to Massachusetts at 8 o'clock in the morning. And there's another group of people waiting for us with lunch. And the whole thing was kind of surreal and really awesome. Met up at the park and ride with Brian Monahan, who drove out, and Tim Goyette rode with us. I talked about the idea of having all 3 of us in the same car. Like, God forbid we get abducted by aliens or something. But it worked out well because we were able to kind of strategize the whole ride out, really looked over the rosters. Tim did a great job with scouting. Also had a lot of help. I want to shout out Devin Lamke, who did a lot of really good digging. It's different than New York Team Challenge, where you kind of know people by reputation and vibes. In this case, these guys are all new to us, so you look up what you can and make up a number for them, and you kind of go off that. But looking at all the teams laid out, it looked to me like we had a good chance, I thought. But going on the road is always going to be tough. Home field advantage is a real thing. I played Flatrock twice going into this. I know a couple people played it here and there. Terry Hudson got out there a few times, but a bunch of us were going out blind. So, that's definitely a big factor.
So this is your first official match. Had you guys played together previously?
Yeah, we did a bunch of, kind of meet and greet, team building things. I just made a couple Facebook events, Sundays at JPark, where whoever could come out, we did some random dubs. I think one day I had Tim and Brian kind of set up some doubles teams to see how people would play. So yeah, we did a little bit of that. Not everybody could make it to everything. Some of our players are spread out a little bit, but that was cool to get some people together leading up to this.
Who does the matchups of the three of you guys?
Tim's definitely in the driver's seat for that. From what we did together at Tower Power, he just had a real knack for it. When we had a matchup against Mindkill, Jason specifically kind of pointed out how well Tim did in terms of the strategy and being able to take advantage of, stuff like how many doubles teams are there and is it an odd or even number and is it more advantageous to go first or second? We talked about a lot of different things that could happen, kind of what would be our ideal strategy, but being flexible, being able to adapt. And I felt real comfortable with Tim having the clipboard. At Flatrock, they have this really nice, I call it a shed, but it's like a decent sized building with a little loft, but they have their board like mounted on the wall. And when it was time for matchups, they slid the sliding barn doors shut. Josh Lee was inside getting some food at the time, so he kind of got stuck in there during matchups, which was cool. He and I hung back and kind of watching it unfold. Tim asked advice when he needed to, but I also trusted him to make a lot of the decisions and to kind of follow through on the plan that we had worked out.
I imagine he also was like, well, in December of 2023, Corey played a match against Seth T, and he did this, and that. So,
You can really go down the rabbit hole in this stuff when you start looking back at previous years. Like, this guy played this guy, and how did that person do against this guy? And it can get kind of like as deep as you want to go. But I think, like I said, at a certain point, you put a number on somebody, and even our team, we had a kind of a depth chart, and we shared it with our team. And it's probably for us more based on PDJ ratings because a lot of us play a lot of rated rounds. But I don't even think that the way that that's laid out by those numbers, I might rearrange a couple people in my own mind. But again, I think once you kind of have something, it's better to at least have a number you can use objectively to say whether or not you feel like you have a favorable matchup.
So Tim, how did you feel once the matchups were done?
I felt great after matchups. I think we really took advantage of a lot of the mistakes they made. I mean, we got exactly what we wanted for our women's matches. I think we had 15 matchups that we thought were positive matchups.
Out of how many?
Out of 23 matches.
Yeah, we were both at 20-3.
Yeah, so I felt really good coming out of there, and I think that showed after the first round.
Nice. So who did you play?
It's funny, in the car ride up, I said I was going to take their top-rated player just because that's what I always did at the New York Team Challenge. I just took whoever that was the highest-rated player and matched them against myself so I could learn something, because I'm usually at the bottom of the chart. And Evan told me, now take somebody you think you might be able to beat, but it ended up being that I threw myself, and they threw their top-rated player against me. So I played Chris Chavez, and we started on hole 18, and as we're walking over there, he's talking about how last week he threw a 990 rated round, and I think he said like his event was like 993 rated, and I was like, oh, this is going to be pretty quick. So, I mean, I played well. I think that course is one of the nicest ones I've played out in Massachusetts. You can tell it's well loved, and that community really does a lot for that course. But I played well. I was in it through the front 9. I think I was 1 down. And then I just had 2 complete collapse holes where I lost it and I went 3 down. And I just couldn't battle back after that. I think I was pretty close to being eliminated in the last, I think we were like, 14 or 15. And I made a huge 40-foot putt to keep it going to push. And then I birdied the next hole to push us to another hole. And then when I was dormy on the last hole, there's a hole where there's fences around the basket. If you're stuck behind the fences, you can go around the front and stick your leg behind as long as your other leg isn't in front of you or lie or anything like that. And I just couldn't figure out a good stance to get, so I had to go with a forehand putter at the basket, and I just missed, and he ended up taking the match there, and I lost 4-3. But I mean, I played well. There wasn't anything. My putting was really great. It just wasn't my day.
Evan said he had played it a couple times. Had you played this course before?
Well, I played it twice in one day when we went out for a day trip, and I played it twice there.
Are there different layouts?
No. Everything had its own, it's 18 baskets, 18 tees.
Okay, that's good to know. Erich, who'd you play, and how'd you do?
First round, I played Troy Detrick. Talking about the ratings chart and everything. I'm literally dead last on the ratings chart. I definitely feel like I play higher than ratings as most people do. But he's 4th or 5th down from their list, so not looking good. But we ended up going 2-1. Thought I played really well, playing completely blind. The first round was kind of, I guess, just more of a getting used to the course and getting charged up for the second round. I weirdly enough was making putts, and that wasn't the issue. He was just super clean and just kept it going. I think I was up in the beginning, and he fought back, and then he was up, fought back, and then he ended up taking it down. So good playing, Troy. Yeah, he's just like, as soon as you think you have him, he was up and down for either birdie or par. So
all right. Evan, who'd you play?
I played on a card with Ross O'Toole, and I played against Steve Norwood, who, again, by our list, was one of their better players. We started on hole 10. Ross was playing against one of their captains, Dave Plouffe. Started pretty well. I was feeling good. We pushed the first 2 holes, and then I actually took a point on him on hole 12. But then he got 5 of the next 7, so 2 pushes in there. But he was a pretty good golfer. I had been there a couple times, but he knew the place like the back of his hand. I got 2 back on holes 2 and 3 to kind of make it a little interesting, but then he got me right back on 4. Then on 6 has a hanging basket that is right at the edge of like a 20-foot pretty steep drop off. So I had a straight over my head, really steep kind of putt that I needed to make, which would have brought us to Dormy, but that chained off to the left. So he took it down 4 and 3. Ross put up a good fight against Dave. Ross kind of had a slow start. He admitted he didn't really warm up as much as he would have liked to, and they had a pretty good battle. But Dave took that one down. I think it was 2 and 1. So, kind of a bummer coming back in, not getting any points, not really knowing what's going on other than, when you kind of pass other cards and see how it's going.
I'll give a good shout out to Dennis Daly. I watched him eagle hole 6. When I was walking by him on hole 5, he was all the way down pin high, and he goes, I think I'm going to lay up, and then throws this huge hyzer putt in the air that was not a layup at all, because if he missed the basket, he was going to go down that huge hill, and he nailed it for an eagle. And he turns around and goes, that's 6, and he was up 6 already at that point. So listening to us, we didn't sound great, but we had an idea that some of the other cards were doing pretty well.
Well, and again, we felt good coming out of matchups. The goal of the day was to get points, and the people that we, kind of expected to win, quote unquote, were leaning on some of them. So when I came back in, I found Tim, and he told me I think it was tied at 9.5, and there was still a 6 out, which is the card that Erich was on. He was playing on the same card with John Kirby and Miguel Thomas, 2 of definitely our stronger players. So when they came in, Erich let me know that he lost a close one, but those guys each won. So we took 2 out of 3 of those, and that put us up 12.5 to 10.5 at the break.
All right.
Yeah, I was happy to get both of them on the roster. John Kirby's name we've mentioned before. He won at Stony Hill Scramble, MA won both singles and doubles this year. And then Miguel, I think everybody knows from, tournaments, team challenge, everything.
He aced at Heiser a couple weeks ago.
I remember hearing about that. Yeah, definitely.
Trivia question. So you're up by 2 points on the road, your first ever match, Tim. Are you stressing for the next round or what? What's your thoughts?
I couldn't eat. I was on that clipboard writing names down. We had some doubles teams that we had worked out earlier in the week that we thought this was a good lineup. We were doing some things. And then the day of, I wrote down some of them on lunch, but I kept fiddling too much with it. I just started tweaking some of the teams. I don't know if anybody else has ever had this, like Jaimen, Alex, or Randy, when you're doing the matchups. Like when you put a team together, when you see it on paper, you're just like, that's going to be a great team. There were some teams that I wrote down, like a Terry Hudson and a Justin Hickok. When I wrote that down, I was like, that's going to be a killer team. That's going to be a great one. So I started messing around a little bit and try to be a little bit more flexible than I was with our round 1 strategy. So I really started tweaking with some of the teams for the second round because, like you said, Pat, I was nervous. I wasn't eating much. I was really messing around with those names.
Well, shout out Kenji Klein, because at that point we were looking at the board. I asked Kenji to come on over and chat with Tim and Brian and I and share some of his kind of insight and experience. And listen, we know we need 11 points to win. We know there's an odd number. Their captain had come over and asked if we wanted to do trips. And we said, no. And he was like, oh, okay. And that was the end of that conversation, because we felt like that was probably putting, too many eggs in one basket. Like, yeah, it's nice to get 3 points, but it feels kind of risky.
If you lose those points, that's a lot of points to lose.
Right. And I'm looking at it as if we get a singles match, like we need 11. So we could take 5 and the singles, so we were thinking we'll put out a strong singles card, not to get too far ahead because the second round matchups got a little weird.
Well, before we even get to those Tim, did you have anything from their spread, and how was their spread?
I had some of the mac and cheese somebody told me to try, which was I shouldn't have done because I have Crohn's disease. I should not be eating that much cheese. But it was good. It tasted good. I had I can't remember what else I put on that plate. It was all very good. Like Evan said, they had that like shed set up and everything was in there. It was awesome. The things I ate were tasty. I didn't have any issues with it. But yeah, it was good. But I did not eat a lot.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but you only know New York Team Challenge spreads.
Correct.
Just visually, did it look like a New York or did it look better or about the same?
It was a top tier New York spread, I'd say. Like I've been to some spreads, I think, in New York that were better, but I've also been to some spreads in New York that, this was much better than that.
What about you, Erich? Do you have anything for lunch?
I can attest that the spread was anything from, some infused deviled eggs, maple infused, we'll say, shrimp deviled eggs, which I've never had.
Randy's going to join your team, it sounds like.
Dude, I mess with deviled eggs. Randy, you mess with deviled eggs?
Oh,
Randy,
yeah.
you did. Randy, you did not want these deviled eggs.
I want to.
Why?
Yeah, I want to talk about these deviled eggs.
The maple was a wink, I think.
Well,
Yes.
Well, I picked up on that, but that's crazy.
I'd like to make a public service announcement for anyone who's hosting a spread. My daughter, when she was young, had food allergies. She outgrew them, which is amazing. But we were an allergy family, so I know how serious it is. First of all, I think labeling food for that kind of stuff, nuts, eggs, dairy, is super cool. And if you're going to infuse your food with THC or anything else, I think it would be good to make that really clear.
Super
and a
cool.
Post-it note on top that just says infused deviled eggs, but doesn't say what they're infused with.
I thought it was infused with maple.
Some
even,
people
like,
may not want that. So no harm, no foul. But if you don't know what you're getting into, I'm not saying it happened to me, and I'm not even opposed to the idea. I think it's fun, but just maybe be a little more upfront about that because some people may not want to party like that.
I think we're kind of downplaying this. That 100% needs to be clear as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
It said infused, but like even I was a little like confused on it. I was like, but it said maybe, it wasn't super, it should be very, very
I
clear.
think one of the other issues, though, is towards the end of it, is he started walking around passing them out so that Post-it note wasn't even there anymore. He was just handing them to people, and people were reaching in, grabbing them, and eating them.
Like Jello shots, I think most people, even people that don't drink, will be able to see a Jello cup. Like, people don't usually serve Jello like this.
You know what you're getting into. Yeah.
Tim cracked a seltzer without realizing it had alcohol, but okay, you look at it. Oh, it does say it there, but I didn't notice. Like, okay, that's fine.
But a random baking tray with deviled eggs in it,
especially deviled eggs. I've never had
like brownies. You'd think maybe or something, but no, not just deviled eggs. Shrimp, maple. They were really good, and they weren't like super strong, but they should be labeled PSA. Great host, good food. I didn't mean to bring it to that, but it was definitely a factor. And
no, I was going to mention it anyway.
I'm glad that you brought it. Yeah,
that's good to let people know. Randy, would you have still had them?
Probably not. No.
Right. See, that's a choice.
Yeah.
I would have ate Randy's after the match, though, if there was still any left over, though, because I don't know.
Round one, when their captain said, like, apparently, I heard somebody got into the eggs already. And we're like, oh, what does that mean? And he said what they were. And I was like, oh, yeah. I'm like, my boy had 3 of them. And he's like, oh, no. I'm like, he'll be fine. But other people, like, you may not want to, like, just leave those out unattended. I don't know.
Yeah.
Were they, like, strong in the grand scheme of things?
No. They were light, but anybody who's not used to eating that could have an adverse reaction, that wouldn't be good. Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, Randy, consider the source.
Oh, well, that's definitely true. Relative. It's all relative.
That's what I don't know, but if they were like 20 milligrams.
I've got a good story about it for round 2.
So beyond that, I had grabbed a ginger ale, tried a chili that was pretty good. I don't usually eat a lot either during the lunch, but their spread had a good reputation ahead of time, and I thought that they lived up to it. It was, again, having the space, the physical space. Somebody was grilling burgers and, fresh cooked bacon at one point. That seemed really cool.
With heroin in them. No.
Yeah, right. Well.
No, they were good burgers. They were good burgers.
So, Tim, matchups, how you feeling with those for dubs?
So, it got a little weird during matchups. Go ahead, Evan.
We were at 20-3. So we knew going into the second round, it was our choice who would go first. We didn't want to do trips. We told them that you can't force trips in New England without a captain's agreement. So our plan was to have a single men's card, and we knew we wanted it to be Miguel. I don't think that's giving away any big secret. And then there'd be a ladies card and then a mixed card, because Joe and Ashley Pulsoni were going to play together. So that was kind of our idea. But also based on the numbers and the strategy, we decided we were going to let them go first. So they did go first, and they threw out a single lady card, which, okay, there's, a first wrinkle in our strategy, but we just split the ladies card we had. We put Amber up against her, felt really good about that. Put Mike on the mixed card with CK, no problem. So we then throw out the mixed card. They responded with 2 women, including a different name. Now, I knew that they had 20-4, but they played 20-3 in the first round. So I'm thinking, okay, they're going to play 4 women in the second round, and one of them's playing against a man. Like, okay, that's allowed, I think, by the rules.
And when they threw this, I asked their captain, I go, okay, so one of these women is playing as a man. And he acknowledged me, and I thought that was like, okay, then they're playing 4 women, but he didn't really know what was happening. So it got a little...
We went further down the board, with men's cards, and then we threw out our mixed card, and they tried to throw out 2 men. And we're like, wait, what's going on? Like, you can't... in hindsight, we should have been more upfront, I think, about, this is what we have, this is what we're planning on doing. If we gave them the choice, they could throw out a single ladies card instead of a single men's card, that's fine. I'd say it got a little tense, but mostly it was from the guy who was doing the handwriting, and I think he was just upset that he was about to have to erase stuff. And I'm thinking, at the point when we threw out the first mixed card, they should have matched with the mixed card by the rules because of the numbers that they have. Are we going to erase all this, unwind these names? Like, that feels terrible. So at that point, I said, what if you take the men's card that you just tried to match with our mixed, basically split them with the 2 ladies you threw out earlier. And I don't care which man you put with which lady on which card, because our mixed cards were going to be the same teams anyway. And they were cool with that. And they were like, are you guys cool with that? And like, yep. Then we don't have to, everybody's name who has been said out loud is on the board. We're not putting anybody back on the list. Women's playing a woman, then 2 mixed cards, and we can move on from there. But it got a little weird for a second. And the lesson was, just let them know what we've got, what we're planning on. I don't think it's giving away too much strategy to say, hey guys, we're thinking of a single men's card, a mixed card, and a ladies card. What do you think? And if they have a gentleman's agreement, that's fine. If they don't want to agree, that's fine. But at least we would know they're still 20-3 and not, like we thought. Are they 19-4? Like, what's going on?
Are they a new team?
Jaimen, you can maybe chime in. They're not a new team?
They're incredibly old. Maybe 12, 13 years in the league.
I don't know if truth to this, but I've heard that they've had few, if any, wins in the last 3 seasons.
Like 4 years ago, they were in C pool, and they're in playing pool right now.
I don't know if they have new captains at this point. I'm not really sure. It was weird. I'll give myself a little credit. I think I did a good job of kind of smoothing it out, and we moved on. Nobody felt, like anybody was trying to take advantage. I think it was just a misunderstanding, but it was it was weird.
Jaimen, how much of a sounding board are you for Evan with this kind of stuff? Like with the rules, did you just say, here's the rules, read them? Or do you guys like go back and forth and converse and such?
We haven't really talked about rules. They asked me about some strategy stuff here and there, but like they got their shit together. I don't know if I understand the flow of this too well.
Yeah, so let's look at the board. They threw out Vanessa first.
Okay.
We wanted Mike on a men's card, but that's fine. They threw out Vanessa, so we threw out Amber.
Yep.
We threw out Krista and Miguel. They responded with 2 women, Abby and Jenna.
They thought Miguel was a woman.
No, they thought that because we weren't doing trips, that they could just do that. I guess they were kind of probably giving up on that match. You know what I mean? Okay, so then when we have another mixed card, they were going to throw 2 guys, and they thought that was going to work. I don't know.
That's not
cool.
Not
That's
okay.
not kosher. In that scenario, I would say you do understand that you just matched 2 women against a mixed card, right? Like, I would be very clear about what they just did.
That was the lesson we learned was...
Right. Asking them if they were going to have a woman play as a man didn't get that across. And
It should have.
Yeah.
Oh, it should. Yeah.
The other wrinkle was one of their women who did play in the first round was going to sit, and they subbed in another woman, but I thought they were bringing her in and keeping the... You know what I mean? It was just, I don't know. We figured, well, we know the rules. They can play a woman against a man if they have more women. But then when we got to that second mixed card and they threw 2 men, and it was like, wait a second, what do you guys think is going on here?
Yeah.
They didn't seem to know what was going on there. They were great hosts, but at that point it was like, okay, let me show you what the rules say. And again, I didn't want to like take off, the other teams that had matched up, the men's teams that had happened in between there. So it felt like a reasonable solution to me, and nobody else objected.
Yeah, all's well that ends well. I would keep them away from the deviled eggs next time.
Yeah.
But as far as matchups go, there were 2 throws that I took that I thought were, afterwards I looked at them, I'm like, okay, I probably could have done this better. But besides those 2 throwouts, I felt really good about what we were matching with and what we were throwing out. I thought we were definitely in the driver's seat with some of the matchups. I will say, to pull a Corey here, when I did throw the camel case Corey, they did match us with 2 of their top 5 players. So Brian and I knew we were in for it after that.
You know, Corey thinks of that. Oh, probably 4 and 5.
Yeah. Top players.
But yeah, coming out of there, we were good. We were able to kind of predict what they were going to do at the end with who was left on the board. And we were able to match up what we thought were going to be really good teams against some of their lower teams to make sure that we came out with some solid points.
The other thing I'll say just about like their host, with the board and stuff was when they did the starting holes and I looked at it and I knew that there was a 6-sum going out, including a female match and then the mixed card. Like, man, I would try and make sure we don't, have them in the middle of the pack. Or there's going to be some pretty big backups. But I said, you know what? The teams are up. I'm going to go rally my guys and we're going to get ready for match 2 and let them figure out the holes. And then sure enough, that 6-sum caused some pretty huge backups throughout. So that was a bummer, but it is what it is.
I mean, they could be having new captains every year. We don't know, especially if they were in C-Pool not that long ago.
I'm so glad I'm not a captain. Oh my God.
This is what was going on behind those closed doors.
Dude, I can't. My brain was like,
Is it cool to just chill outside and wait and see who you're playing with and where you're going and all that?
I actually love the surprise.
It was a gorgeous day. The weather was so nice.
Dude, I brought hoodies, so everybody was...
Oh, yes. Please, shout out Erich Struna. We have Lemonheads hoodies. Oh, it was awesome.
It was a great way to show up, and everybody was just hyped to be there, and I had the energy of it. Was the first match, our first, and everybody's really friendly. It was looking good going into round 2. I think everybody was really excited.
And they can't throw a different layout because there's only the one. So that's
that actually came up because they know JPark that we're going to throw that out for sure.
So, Erich, who'd you play with and who'd you play against?
Well, I played with Jacob Butler.
Bethel.
Butler. Bethel. All right, so I didn't know this kid, right? I just see Jacob, and I go, who's Jacob? I'd never met the man. Maybe met him, but, just in passing. And Evan goes, he's the guy with the fireman's mustache. I was like, that describes probably a couple people, but I'm sure I'll find him. And once I saw him, it was pretty obvious why we were put together. We were definitely vibed. He was just, having a good time. And we were playing against Dave Plouffe and Shane F., who I think might have been a sub-in. Is that right? Tim or Evan? I don't know if you know that.
No, Shane was on their roster, and he was a top 3 player.
I was going to say he was disgusting. Literally, I think by the second or third hole, I lovingly said, go fuck yourself on one of his drives. And he, laughed and, it just kind of broke a lot of tension and we were having a great time. Quickly realized in real time that we were sacrificial lambs. I mean, it was just, they were on fire, getting a lot of birdies. We were also playing really well. We were kind of keeping up. We were only 2 strokes down a lot of the time. I knew a lot of the holes a lot better from the first round, what not to do. I threw a lot more backhands. My forehand wasn't really working well. Putting was not an issue because we were either under the basket or just making putts. And they were playing really, really well. And we get to hole 7, which is just a short chip shot at like 126 feet and only just a couple holes left. And my partner, Jacob, not Butler, but Bethel, managed to park it. And I was able to throw an ace and rang it up.
Nice.
Didn't put us in for the ace pot purposefully because I thought that'd be cooler not to do. And everybody was so mad at me. Everybody was so mad.
The morning of, when we're driving out early, Kenji put in the group chat, hey, everybody, here's the link. Don't forget to sign up. And Erich's like, thanks. I almost forgot. And then he aced.
So then me and Dennis start talking. I'm like, you know what? I actually think it'd be cooler to hit an ace and not really, care about it because like I'm not there to hit. You know what I mean? Like if I hit an ace, cool. I'm not a big gambler.
But by pointing it out, you're actually proving that it did mean something.
Certainly manifested.
Worried about it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I think I didn't worry about it, and that was the thing.
I think you don't listen to this podcast enough.
I know because you guys hate when people don't pay for the ace pot. But like I'm the anti-hero in this situation, maybe.
I would say anti-zero, but that's cool.
Oh shit! Okay.
Your ace picture was pretty great.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, well, the guy had a leaner. But, he throws a leaner, so they have a secured birdie. And so how do you beat that? You got an ace. But, I mean, for being sacrificial lambs, we shot an 8 down. They shot 10 down. But we kept up, even with the ace, still 2 strokes, which is kind of crazy. But I thought we played well, and I appreciate all the work those guys did to make it happen.
Nice. What about Tim? Who'd you play with?
I played with
his husband.
I played with my disc golf husband, Brian Monahan, and So the Camels made a trip out to Massachusetts. I threw us out at the time. So when they matched us with Steve Norwood and Justin V, I can't remember what it was.
They had like 3 or 4 Justins.
Yeah, they did. They had a lot of Justins. I think Steven was their number 2 rated player and Justin was like their 5 rated player. So Brian and I walked out of the shed kind of going like, okay, we're going to be up against it here. And then the Deviled Eggs made their rounds and Brian took one of them, not knowing what was in them. And then like when someone told, it might have been Erich that said something about it, his eyes bugged out of his head. So we're getting ready to tee off because we started on hole 1 and we're walking over there and Erich Struna is in the bathroom in the porta potty and he walks out and Brian tries to scare him, like jumps out at him like it's Halloween. And at this point I know we're in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, I also was very curious about that one.
I kind of knew at this point, I'm like, I am a team of 1 1/3 at this point. So we get on hole 1. I throw a pretty good shot down there. I'm probably 20 feet from the basket with a backhand. And he gets up and throws his forehand and rolls it right off into the left-hand side and goes, oh no, I rolled my wristy. So I'm very concerned with how this is going to go. But we end up battling through. We're sticking with them. And then on hole 2, Steve is probably 55 feet in the trees off to the right-hand side of the basket too. And we're probably a little bit further back, but we have no line to the basket. So we're like, okay, we're going to take a par, no big deal. And he just smashes this putt through the trees, 55 feet. And it didn't look like he tried at all. Now I'm like, okay, we're definitely screwed at this point. But we end up getting pretty lucky on the next few holes. There's a lot of lucky tree kicks, good play. They got some unfortunate kicks, and we were just hanging with them for the whole round. I forget which hole it was. There's an up and down par 4 that you got to go all the way up a hill and back down in the baskets down by a creek. And Brian and I were just hitting tree after tree, and we're looking at maybe saving a 5 from where we were. And they're all the way down in the creek for a birdie for a 3. And we're like, okay, this is a defining moment at this point. And they both don't make the putt, which was kind of shocking because they were only like 25 feet. It was a little obstructed, but they both hit cage, and we end up only losing in 1 stroke on that hole. And we're like, okay, this is our chance. We should be down 2. We really need to buckle up. The next hole, we get a birdie, and then we bogey again, and then we end up tied. So it was pretty ugly golf by us, but it comes down to hole 18. We're tied. Brian's on the tee. He throws a forehand out into the field open. He clears the pond on hole 18, and it's an easy par. We're like, okay, we at least have an opportunity. That's an easy par. We can move on. And I'm like, okay, you're safe. I'm going to take a danger run here. I'm going to risk it. I brought it's a champion Mamba that I found somewhere. It's unmarked. I found it in the field while walking around one day. And it's my water disc. So whenever I throw over water, I huck this thing. I know this thing is going to flip. There's a little headwind, so it's going to carry even more. And I throw it just a dead straight beam on a turnover straight at the basket. It's a hanging basket. It lands right underneath it. You'd hit your head at making the putt. And the Steve goes up and he's like, well, that's a walk-off win if I've ever seen one. And sure enough, they ended up taking a par, and we took that birdie, and we won by 1. So it was pretty awesome.
Heck yeah. Probably it'd clear my head by a foot, but you would bang your head on it.
Oh, no, I think you would have hit your head too, Pat. It's not hanging too far off the ground.
It hit you in the shoulder is what you're saying.
It hit me like in the middle of the torso.
Okay. All right, so we're 1-1. Evan.
I got paired up with Josh Lee, which is awesome because Josh and I love playing together. I think our games complement each other because he throws far and I don't always do that. And he putts far distance, but I don't do that really. But then I can have really kind of nice approach shots, and I tend not to 3-putt if I'm either going to make it or land close. So excited to play with Josh. We got paired up against a team of Mark and Nick, and we went out and met them, and Nick said, hey, what's up? I'm Nick, but you can call me Girthy. And I didn't like that, but I did it all around. It felt weird, but we started out on hole 8, and I had a great drive. Pin high, 20 feet left, just behind this boulder that we had to step out straddle. And we both missed it, and they made a long putt. So we were down 1 right away. And I was like, well, no problem. We'll get that back. And these guys had an unbelievable putting display. When I say they were cashing like the biggest 50-foot, like these just ridiculous putts over and over Josh and I shot 7 down. We could have done a little better, a couple strokes here and there, but these guys were just playing out of their minds. So credit to them. They shot 10 down and beat us by, 3 strokes. Our score would have won against a couple of the other scores that Flatrock put up, but not on that card. So coming in, again, same thing. Like, man, we didn't get any points. I've been talking to some people. Seems like it's going okay, but you're nervous. You don't know how it's going. Get back into the headquarters and found Tim, and he said, we need 1 point to clinch it. I was like, oh boy, who's still out there? And Joe and Ashley Pilsoni were still out. A few other cards, but Joe and Ashley came in next, and Joe let me know that they had overcome a 4-stroke deficit to win. So that locked it up for us. So we knew we were going home with a victory. Cards that were still out was the ladies single and the mixed card playing together. And then I think it was Kevin Newen and Brandon had been stuck behind them. So I went out and grabbed CK's bag and caddied for her the last few holes. Amber got a really decisive win against her opponent. CK and Miguel won by a stroke. And then Kevin and Brandon had an 8-hole playoff that apparently V-Klein did all the heavy lifting from what I heard. So when it was all said and done, we won doubles 17-6. And we won the day 29.5 to 16.5. And to quote my mother, I was over the moon.
Well, I mean, you guys went 1 for 6 in your matches.
It just goes to show there's more to it than just that.
Everybody plays their part. You know what I mean? Me and Jacob were the lowest, rated players, but we showed up and, you got to play the board. And they played the board well.
It just tells me I got to replace some of you guys with Dennis Daly and who else here? Terry, did he win in singles?
Yeah, I think Terry won.
Yeah, Terry. Yeah, I need Dennis Daly and Terry Hudson to replace you guys.
No,
Dennis. Get some winners on here. No, but that's pretty impressive. I mean, especially considering we've talked about it in the past. You want to do well, but that's not job one. Job one is to have fun and the camaraderie and such. And legit, what were your thoughts coming in? Was it to win or no?
Yeah, the goal is to have fun. We've got a great team. We got a bunch of guys that played with the North last year that didn't have a New York team, and Joe Karen really helped kind of bring in a few of those guys. Just a really great mix. So love the energy of the team, looking to have fun. And I definitely want to win. That's the reason we're getting all together and putting on matching shirts and driving out there. Tim did a great job with matchups. Again, shout out to Brian and to Kenji and, the planning that we had and the ideas. At the end of the day, it comes down to the golf, and getting it done and getting the points. And our guys did that, and our ladies too. I'm super proud of this team. I thought we had a good chance when I looked at the chart that we had of, kind of the overall rating spread across the board, but it would take good matchups and then, good playing. And unfortunately, we got both.
You guys got the only win so far in Team Challenge, New England Team Challenge. So not too shabby.
I'm proud to have helped Tim with some research to get you guys to the point where you can say you're undefeated. So
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Alex.
I appreciate that, Alex. Yeah.
Heck yeah. So nice win.
Thank you. We're excited to have our first home match next month. We've got Westy coming on the 15th. So we've got a little momentum, and they're coming to our place, and we'll get to put on our spread, and it should be a good time.
When was that?
November 15th, we've got Westy coming to JPark.
All right. Well, one last thing I wanted to get through was the Montgomery County and DisCap present the Blues at Burbine 5, driven by Innova. Corey, you played in that, right?
I did. Yep, I was there. Wait, was I the only one?
I think so.
Yep, I was there.
I'll go through the results and we'll hear about your round. Tournament director Jeff Wachowski. Looks like women's amateur 3, Sarah Marie Hoffman won that by a stroke over Sherry Fish. Joey Harrington won the MA3 division. Ross O'Toole won MA2 by 4 strokes over Patrick Jeffries and 7 strokes over Terry Hudson. Jeff Darling won the MA50 division by 3 strokes over Ron British Tire. Krista Kovach won the FA40 division.
CK.
Garrett Oakton won MA40 by 3 strokes over John Furman. Little AB got MA1 by 2 strokes over Matt Sharp. Josh Weinstock won the MP60 division by 3 strokes over Danny Parton and Greg Kurtz. Mark Thayer got MP50. Chad Larson, MP40, shot -2, beat Jay Gorsage and Dan Eigner, who tied for second. Caitlin Clay is your FPO winner. And in the MPO, how'd you do, Corey? How'd it go?
It went okay-ish. Burbine, I think the topography of the area and the trees and stuff, you don't get as much sun, so it feels like it's about 10 degrees colder on the course than in the surrounding areas. And it was pretty cold in the morning. I'm not sure who provided it, but they had breakfast sandwiches available to anyone that wanted one. Well, I shouldn't say to anyone. It was part of the sign up to request one, and I think think they had extras, so I don't think everyone could have got one if they wanted to day of. All players received some swag. I'm not sure what the AMs got, if it was any different, but there was some pretty nice water bottles given to the players. And inside there were basically a free drink voucher. So at the end of the day, I think a local brewery showed up with like 3 different kinds of adult beverages. So, a player was able to get one of those for free. Yeah, round 1, I played with Jack Fruchter, Alden Slack, and Justin Michelli. I started off bogeying hole 1 and then birdieing 2, 3, and 4. And then after that, I had a 14-hole par streak to even like the last couple holes. I'm like, I don't even really want to get any more birdies. I just kind of want to complete this par streak. And on hole 18, I had like a 40 or 45 footer for birdie, and I caged it. And I kind of shouted like, yeah, like I did it, even though I missed a putt, which was kind of funny. That was good for a 2-down round, which I thought was going to be kind of mid, but it was cold. It was a little breezy out. Ended up being a 985 rated round. For lunch, there was pizza provided by a local restaurant that basically opened up that day to make pizzas for the event. I don't know, there's probably like 10 to 15 pizzas, of which one of them was like a pickle pizza. It looked like a white pizza that had pickles and maybe even bacon on it. I didn't try that one. I kind of wanted to, but I didn't for probably obvious reasons. Some obvious reasons, kind of weird. I actually kind of funny looking at it. I was 1 stroke behind the cash line. There's only 7 pro players. I was in 4th at 2 down behind Jack Fruchter, who was at 3 down. But that was good enough to make it to the lead card with Kyle, Hirsch, Ethan Hatters, Jack Fruchter, and myself. I started off kind of in the same way as round 1. Instead of bogeying hole 1 and birdieing 2, 3, and 4, I birdied 1, 2, and 3, and then bogeyed hole 4. So I felt like, if this is the way it goes, I wouldn't be too mad with 14 more pars from here. And boy, what I would have done for 14 more pars, because the rest of that round didn't really go so well for me. I kind of struggled in a few holes, had a couple blow-ups. Getting to the middle of the round, hole 8, which is kind of like short, like 220 foot, a little bit downhill, straight shot. Ethan stepped up to the tee, and I think maybe it was a zone. He threw this little, soft flex forehand and just nailed the chains dead center for an ace. So round 1, Ethan had thrown a 7 down, 10:32 rated round, and then Kyle was in second at 4 down. Ethan kind of had a similarly slow start that like I had, but that ace on hole 8 kind of got him right back to where he wanted to be. Unfortunately, me personally, I like playing Burbine because I know what I'm playing. Like, I'm not going to get to every hole and be like, where's the fairway? Or, these trees. Like, I know where I'm at. I know what I signed up for. I know what I'm playing. But it is one of the only courses I can think of in the area that has rubber tee pads. And I don't typically struggle with, like, different tee pad materials or, like, slipperiness. But for some reason, the rubber tee pads, they collect moisture and they get a little slick. And it'll be, like, varying amounts of slickness, like depending where you are on the tee pad. So there's a couple times where, my first step as I'm getting into my run up, my back foot slips a little bit, and then you kind of try to recompose yourself, but you're kind of just like waiting for that next random slip to happen. So me personally, I wish I had different tee pads. I don't mind the golf out there, as some people get a little frustrated with the trees. But actually, the one thing I did mess up is I got a little confident with the temperature, thinking that I could ditch a layer. And about halfway into that round 2, after, probably our 4th or 5th backup and like 5-minute wait, I was really wishing I had that hoodie, because it felt like the temperature dropped like 10 degrees in an hour as the sun was starting to set.
Was it pink?
No, it was green. It was actually a Paint Bureau Pro hoodie. I had to have that little extra thickness, my little bit of a baggier hoodie to help keep me warm.
You'd say an extra coat?
An extra coat. Yeah, my winter coat.
I was thinking more paint coat, but okay.
Paint humor for you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There you go. That one kind of went over my head. Probably about halfway through that round 2, I would assume that literally everybody just wanted the round to be over on the entire course. I know our card was feeling it. So I ended up throwing a +2 round to finish even. Going into the 3rd to last hole, Ethan kind of had a pretty big blow up. Hole 16 is kind of like a shorter par 4, but plenty of danger. He struggled to get out of that one alive and gave away a bunch of strokes. Hole 17, second to last hole. It's a classic woods disc golf shot where you have like a left line that most people throw forehand, and there's a right hand line that most people might throw a backhand hyzer. Kyle and Ethan both being pretty proficient in throwing forehands is kind of an easy hole for them. They both got the birdie on that one. So they're going into hole 18 tied. And I think both of them threw great shots off the tee. Kyle's just happened to filter through some of the late trees and get himself just inside the circle putt. Ethan was probably like 70 feet back and kind of had a shape of putt. So he puts it up in the air and literally hits like an inch low on the cage. Kyle steps up to a 25-footer that, for him is probably automatic 90% of the time, and he drains it for the win. After the round, there was no need to do an ace throw off, which is great. So thank you for Ethan for not having that part extended. I said they had a local brewery that I can't remember the name of, had alcoholic beverages for those of age to partake in. Bag tags were done pretty quickly. There was a bunch of CTP that the winners got swag from. Hole 10 is the pond hole, and the winner of that CTP got a blow-up paddleboard, I believe. That was James Black. In classic Greg Kurtz fashion, there was a pumpkin on top of that basket that's already elevated, and apparently if you threw a shot that wedged into the pumpkin on top of the basket, he would have gave you like $107 or $112 or whatever.
It's that 100 from the swimming pool, and I assume he puts it in the bank and it's collected interest, and it's up to $112.
High yield interest rate,
it's got $7 in the last 20 years.
Yeah, they took a bunch of pictures. Like I said, there's people from the county there and other local businesses. So they love having the tournament there. I think they love having the course there, and I think that feeling is reciprocated. So,
was there a drone flying around during the Blues at Burbine?
Kind of, yeah. Unless you meant Dave Herodes on a scooter.
I don't think that's what I meant.
Oh. No. Did Dave show up?
You had to be there. No, but there was people there. I don't know if they're with the county or what, but
I mean, I'm watching a video.
It seems like they're with
Montgomery
the
County.
Yeah.
I mean, sick. Other than having a drone over my head during a tournament would
I never noticed it.
Annoy me.
The only time I saw them, we were teeing off on hole 10.
Over the water.
Yeah, they were like standing over that little it's not a dock, but there's that little wooden structure that kind of juts out a little bit. They were standing there. The drone was like flying like at waist level, but
so they were doing it for the tournament?
Yeah, probably for like county promotional type stuff.
Yeah, I'm watching whatever. I'll just share it to you guys right now.
Yeah, Montgomery County's been really pushing the disc golf thing. It's actually really cool.
Yeah, you don't see that very often. Like, it's in the title of the tournament, Montgomery County and DisCap present. One point about, hole 16? At least in round 2, let me double check round 1. A couple people birdied it looks like, in round 1, Ethan and Kyle. But then in round 2, Azariah, who we all know is pretty good at disc golf, he had a hard time on it. You had a bogey on it.
Mm-hmm. It's probably one of the more eagleable holes on the course for people that can throw up 400 feet. I mean, you have to lace a tunnel shot, but right off the tee, there's a field goal you're trying to hit, and that left side post, you're trying to hit probably a 10 to 12 foot wide gap hard, and it's really easy to clip one of those and then kick off into Narnia, and you'll be lucky to save far from there, especially after having a long round, multiple backups.
Yeah, but still. So yeah, that's the Montgomery County and DisCap present the Blues at Burbine 5, driven by Innova. Kyle Hirsch, your winner. We've got in the near future, we got to do the Player of the Year. We got to figure that out.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't done really much on it. Esperance. How do you say it, Corey?
I actually would say Esperance, although it sounds a little too fancy for me, but Esperance seems a little flattened.
That's fair. All right. Anything that I missed? Anything coming up?
If somebody could find out how much money I would have won, that would be awesome.
You don't want to know.
I don't want to know, actually. Don't do that.
That wouldn't be the cool thing to do.
Yeah.
I forgot I asked.
I mean, especially for somebody who purposely didn't put in the ace pot,
I am
After
curious.
Being reminded.
I think I saw 3 people aced in October so far. So you would be splitting it, I guess.
It's a small league. There's only like 2,000 people in it. It can't be that high.
No, but is it the whole league, or is it just each league?
It's the whole New England Team Challenge.
Still don't care. Yeah, don't care. Don't care.
So cool.
Just asking about it.
Just asking about it for no reason whatsoever.
A friend of mine, you know what I mean? A friend of mine wants to know.
Yeah. Asking for a friend who didn't hit an ace. All right. You guys got time for a quiz?
Yep,
I do.
Yeah, of course.
Mm-hmm. All right. Double checking, waiting on Jaimen. Okay. You didn't say anything.
I'm good if we want to make 7 work.
Yeah, no, we'll make it work. We'll always make something work. Well, Randy is one of the captains since he had to deal with a bunch of kids this week. So,
although I do want to make one more comment about Burbine. I'm pretty sure I was by far the oldest one. I was hanging out with a bunch of kids, and even in round 2,
Oh my God.
I was twice as old as Jack Fruchter. I'm more than twice as old as Ethan, and I got like 10 years on Kyle. What am I doing here? I should be playing MP40, I feel like.
did you make bath bombs?
Not actual bath bombs, no.
Wait. So what did you make?
I didn't make non-actual bath bombs either, but I just, you said specifically you made actual bath bombs. So I don't know if that even means, is that just like a ball of sodium or whatever?
Basically.
Whatever explodes in water when you throw it in there.
It's baking soda and citric acid.
Oh, sounds sweet.
And your child bathes in it. It's great.
So, Randy, who is the other captain? After having heard the rounds of everybody this week, who did the best, would you say, that deserves to be a captain?
Who did the best? Oh, gosh.
Or do we want to go with Corey's? How do we do it?
Yeah, so this would be Alex would be the other counterpart of me if we were trying to be more dodgeball-esque with the...
Okay.
That was Corey's.
That was initial power
logic.
rankings. I don't know how that has changed since last week.
And Jaimen has
Amazon
joined
was
the chat.
down.
And not for nothing, Corey, it ended up in a tie.
It was pretty good.
It was a good listen.
I'm sorry again.
So if Randy and Alex... Okay, give me a second here. Let me get my whiteboard. Alex, who's your first pick?
My first pick?
Yeah.
Are there any other rules that I need to be aware of?
For the first time, it's anybody. You can't pick me or Randy. That's really it. You're going to pick somebody. Randy's going to get their counterpart.
Well, I very much enjoyed having Tim on my squad for, at the very least, for the local question. So I think we're going to go with Tim on this one.
All right. So just to verify, that means...
So I take Evan?
Yep, you got Evan. And then who do you want next, Randy?
I want Jaimen just because it's fun.
Good answer. That's what
And
I
he
would have
wasn't here last week.
All right. And Alex, who do you want Randy to have? No, who do you want?
I say you pick someone, and then we flip a coin for the other one to see who he goes with.
I dig it.
Who's left? We got
Enrique and Corey.
just the two of them. Okay. I guess we go Corey.
All right.
Damn.
I saw that coming a mile away.
And he has to keep...
And Cat is a cool name, by the way.
Corey, well, since he's Enrique, what are we going with, like a Spanish doubloon? What do you want to flip?
Oh, that's a good question. Hang on. Coin flipper.
I have a quarter in my hand.
Hang on. What do they have for Spanish?
Peso?
No, that's Mexico.
Well, that would
They
work
speak
too.
Spanish in Mexico.
I'm just curious why I don't. They have Canadian, Swiss, Chinese. But if I scroll down to S, or do they just use euros?
España.
Spain
They do
probably
use
uses
euros, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna
Can
use.
we talk about this quarter real quick? This quarter has George Washington on one side, and the other side has George Washington crossing the Delaware.
Oh.
On
Isn't
an
that
eagle?
interesting?
Is it a Delaware coin?
No, it's not a state quarter. It's like a
commemorative
this
thing?
moment in American history type thing.
Hmm.
Never seen such a thing.
They do have a Spanish pesetas. It's obsolete apparently. We're
They
gonna
use
flip one of them.
the euro, but use that.
Okay, so we're gonna say that heads is Alex.
Randy's heads, Alex's tails.
Okay,
Whatever you figure that out for.
You got to make a decision on which one's heads and which one's tails, because it's going to flip and you're not going to know which is which.
it'll be clear. It'll be. I promise. So so Randy's heads.
Foreshadowing.
Wait, how do you know what's on the other side, though?
Okay, well I'll just say that it literally is a head.
Okay.
So unless I'll keep flipping it again and see what the tail side is. Okay, it actually looks like a moon observatory kicking a soccer ball.
Okay.
What?
Wait, can I copy
Moon
and paste
Observatory is kicking a soccer ball. All right, I dig
Are
it.
you trying to describe an astronaut? What do you...
this? It does look weird.
They just discontinued it because it sucks.
This photo is
Why
awful.
is this the smallest image I've ever seen? You sent a thumbnail.
I copied it from random.org, man. I don't know.
That looks like Alderaan with the Death Star.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, closer than whatever Corey said first.
Okay, the moon observatory thing, that was kind of like a double. Like I could have just had one or the other. But the soccer ball part, that is definitely looks like a soccer ball.
It's definitely a soccer ball.
Could just be orbiting.
Because that one guy kicked so hard.
Pele?
Apparently it was the currency of Spain between 1868 and 2002. What the hell?
Makes sense.
They probably went with the euro after that.
Yeah, that's about when the Euro happened, right?
I don't know.
Either way, Corey, you gonna flip it?
Oh, I did already. Yeah. I landed heads.
Wait, you get which is which? Which is which?
That was so anticlimactic.
What?
It was heads, so that's Randy, right?
Oh, okay, you did decide which team was which. Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. No, yeah, Pat had that
So,
part.
Randy, Evan, Jaimen, and Erich against Alex, Tim, and Corey. Of course, now that means Alex, Tim, and Corey go first, but I have them written down second. So there's going to be some confusion at some point. Alex, Tim, and Corey. Kat, would you like category 1, category 2, or category 3? Two of
Alex,
these
you're the
are disc or
captain.
no disc, and one is a local trivia category.
Was that someone telling me I should pick?
You're the captain. Yeah, I'm going to do the same thing I did to Erich last week. You're the captain. You make the decision.
All right. Let's go number 1.
All right, question 1, category 1. A fortune hunter played by Tom Cruise accidentally unearths the tomb of an Egyptian princess in what 2017 movie? A fortune hunter played by Tom Cruise accidentally unearths the tomb of an Egyptian princess in what 2017 movie?
The Mummy.
Is the Mummy remake?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was a remake, but I'm pretty sure Tom Cruise did a Mummy.
That does track.
Sure, yeah.
You guys agree?
I'm happy with Mummy.
Is the Mummy a disc?
It definitely is.
Well, Infinite Discs does the Egyptian themed stuff, and I don't know if they made a Mummy, but I also haven't kept up with Infinite Discs in the last 5 years. So
There's no way there's no disc called The Mummy.
I agree with you, Corey, but I don't know.
I my instinct was yes. It feels like a good answer, but
I don't know.
Follow your instincts, Alex.
No, I think it's a no. I don't know. That doesn't feel good. Whatever. If it's 2 against 1, I'm fine. But I'm saying no. It doesn't feel good.
we're gonna trust my instincts on this one, and then probably trust Tim's on the next one when I get this wrong.
Yeah, we'll see, but I think we say yes.
Okay.
We're
Overrated.
going yes, Pat.
You going yes?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, no.
All right, Tim, you got this one.
Tim's got it now.
Randy, Evan, Jaimen, and Erich, category 1, 2, or 3.
Randy?
Yes, Randy.
I was trying to see if you guys would.
No,
let's-
hell no. Hell no.
Let's go 3.
Going 3?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Question 1, category 3. Which Scambati brother has more career PDGA wins? Which Scambati brother has more PDGA career wins?
I might know both their names. Is that helpful?
Helps. That is helpful.
Oh my god,
I gotta say Parker.
I was gonna say Parker too.
Now, the other thing to consider, do you want me to throw more info into this?
Do they play in
Yes.
different divisions?
Yeah, Parker went pro way faster than Cole did, but I don't think Cole ever won anything in AM. So I still think it's Parker. It's just something that if anybody can think of anything that like Cole won, that might sway it.
I did know both their names. I was right.
Nice. Wait until you found out there's 5 of them.
Oh, no.
And I work with their cousin too. There's more of them.
Oh, neat.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, I'm thinking Parker.
Yeah, whatever you guys
Yeah.
think.
Sure.
You guys agree?
Peter Parker.
Mm.
Parker has 3 wins to Cole's 1.
Nice.
Nice.
I mean,
Yeah.
sorry, Cole.
He's got to win, though. All right, so your bonus question, which Scambati brother has a lower PDGA number? Which Scambati brother has a lower PDGA number?
I'm going to go with Cole on this one. Cole is, I feel like, the more impulsive of the two. So I feel like he jumped in right immediately, and then Parker seems to be the more measured of the brothers.
I like where you're coming from. This is literally a coin flip.
Yeah, yep.
Or it's like one of those quizzes in school where you have a list of answers and you can only use each one once. He just didn't tell us that.
No, you could use each one as many times.
I really don't know. So whatever you guys think,
That would be a dirty trick, but I do think
I know
going
of
with
them, but I
Jaimen's
don't-
gut would be a good, our only real,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
lane, yeah. So let's say Cole, right?
You guys going with Cole?
We're going with
Works
Cole.
for me.
Sounds good.
Parker's number 175957. Cole 175956. You are correct.
Yes.
Wow.
Wow.
Are they actually brothers?
So they did it together.
Did what?
Like PJ
Corey.
number brothers.
Oh.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
All right, Alex, Tim, and Corey. Would you like category 1 or category 3? Category 2 will be used at a later date.
I
How you guys feeling?
You want to stay with 1 and same strategy as last
like
week?
either one.
I am probably going to be more helpful in 1, so my instinct is go 1.
Okay.
Let's go 1.
Going 1. All right, question 2, category 1. What is the shared surname of the two German brothers, Jacob and Wilhelm, who became famous for collecting and publishing European folk tales such as Cinderella, Hansel and Gretel, and Sleeping Beauty? What is the shared surname of the two German brothers, Jacob and Wilhelm, who became famous for collecting and publishing European folk tales such as Cinderella, Hansel and Gretel, and Sleeping Beauty?
Sounds like the Brothers Grimm.
Oh, I was going to see if Corey knew it.
Dude, you add German names. I don't know that many of them.
It's Grimm. It's Grimm.
I mean, the Brothers Grimm now does sound familiar, but yeah, I would have never got that. Sure.
All right. Yeah, Grimm.
You guys agree?
Yes.
Is the Grimm a disc?
I kind of like this one too.
I kind of do too.
I just love the collective sigh.
Yeah, I said we were going with Tim last time, and I was also kind of feeling yes. So
I think it is. I'm going with yes.
I can picture a clear purple.
I don't think it's. Wait, maybe. I don't think it's spelled right.
Maybe it's just GRIM.
I don't know. But I think it is. I feel like I've heard that as a disc before.
Yeah, my instinct was also yes. I think we're good going.
I'm good with it. Yeah.
You guys agree?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're looking for GRYM.
Yeah.
Castoplast, June 26, 2015.
I've definitely seen one of those before.
Yep, me too.
All right. Randy, Evan, Erich, and Jaimen, category 1 or category 3?
Are we feeling spooky or are we feeling local disc golf knowledge?
I'm good with both of them.
I'm comfortable.
Oh, good category, guys, Randy.
I thought it was just words with double M.
Ooh.
Doesn't Mummy have 3 M's?
Ooh.
We're going to find out.
Well, I meant like back to back.
Oh.
Let's do 3.
Yeah, local.
Great.
Sticking with 3?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Question 2, category 3. Other than Justin Michelli, who is the only other 3-time winner of J-Dubs League? Other than Justin Michelli, who's the only other 3-time winner of J-Dubs League?
Giardini?
Corey's dying right now. I know it.
Nah, man, I don't have it in front of me. I couldn't even tell you right now.
That's bullshit. We just talked about it.
So do you know the answer?
No, I'm
Okay.
just saying we don't. Sorry.
I do.
We know.
Tim could be a good answer. Greg could be a good answer. The other answer that I can think of would be Harry.
I think it's Greg. I think it's Greg Kurtz.
When I was going, Tim was not much of a regular.
No, I was just, I've never been a regular, so I don't really know who's always been.
I do remember Greg's name coming up in context of being, I don't know if he was runner-up or had 2, but he definitely was in the conversation. Or I know nothing. And that's a possibility as well.
I don't know. I feel I'm going to defer to you, Jaimen.
You did say Greg.
I said 3 names.
Yeah.
And then you counted out Tim.
When he was reading it, Jason popped in my head, but I don't know if he's not one of the ones you said. And I don't really remember who else it was, although if I had to pick one of the ones you said, I was going to go with Harry, but I don't hate Greg. I think that's plausible. I guess I don't know. Greg or Harry, I guess.
Oh, man. I guess the consensus is Greg then. Man, that's a tough one.
Mm-hmm.
You guys agree?
Yeah, I guess we're going Greg.
According to what Corey said a few weeks ago, Greg Kurtz. It was between Greg and Jason. We were debating who. We were thinking it was 3 in a row, but then he listed other people who won multiple times, and he went through kind of the list, and the only 2 that I remember hearing that won 3 times was Greg Kurtz. Is that correct, Corey?
I don't have the trophy in front of me, so but
That's okay.
My first 2 thoughts was Greg and Jason.
Yeah, remember you went away. I said, real quick, who do you guys think it is? And most of you guys said Jason, but he came back and he said Greg won it like 3 years in a row.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, you're right, Pat.
Oh, thank you. All right, so your bonus question. Name one of the players not mentioned as an answer who had an ace at one of the 5 DisCap Flex tournaments this year. Name one of the players not mentioned as an answer who had an ace at one of the 5 DisCap Flex tournaments this year.
Okay. I'm pretty sure Erich was an answer because we had to remind him that it was true.
No, we didn't have to remind me.
Of the ones that have been given already, I think he's one.
I was one.
Before you, we mentioned another one.
Was it Florida Man Million or whatever? Or was he not brought up? I do remember he did have an ace. I think Miguel got an ace.
See, I was trying not to mix it up with the Heiser tournament that they were asking about last time.
Shit, yeah. But you're right.
What do you think, Randy?
I don't know if I'm following the question.
Yeah, I'm in that boat. I think it's referring to questions that I'm not sure about.
So I think that across the Flex Series tournaments this year, there was X number of aces, and we've been asked this before, and we've listed 2 so far on
just
Discord.
one.
Just one. Oh, then it was just Erich.
Erich is
so
the
we
only
need one other one. Okay.
That's not Erich.
But he
That's
did
not Erich's.
The bonus was to name another. Nobody did.
Oh, right.
After
right,
I asked
right,
the question,
right.
I named the other.
Right.
Oh no!
Wow.
So you're
Wow.
just asking us to remember the names
Bad
that you said
listeners.
recently?
I think
Shit.
Florida Man.
Florida Man
I think
is
Florida Man
right
is
then.
I like
I will
it,
go with
guys.
that.
Yep. I think we're locked in.
Yep.
Yep.
Jeremy, forehand, Florida Man Million got Heiser Creek hole 3.
Let's go.
So you are
All
correct.
right. Taking notes.
All right, so you guys are up 4-3 through 2 rounds. Alex, Tim, and Corey, category 1 or 3.
Let's keep taking the disc.
Yep.
All right, question 3, category 1. What term for a seductress can also mean to improvise? What term for a seductress can also mean to improvise?
Improvise.
What are some PC terms for a seductress?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, it doesn't really. I don't know. Vamp was the first term that came to my head.
Vamp?
Yeah,
Is that to improvise?
yeah. Like you can vamp to just like take up time while someone's trying to pull up something else, that sort of thing.
Oh, I've never heard that.
I'm hoping I'm getting that definition right now because I'm not 100% sure. The other thing was it kind of sounded like vampire, which
Yeah. No, that
maybe.
makes sense. I get that part I got, but improvise. I guess I didn't know that. I mean, I was thinking something completely different, but I couldn't relate it to the word improvise.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't really define vamp as seductress.
Yeah, me neither.
I got no clue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have my guess. That's all I got.
This is a stumper.
Yeah. Corey, you got any crazy guesses?
You can't think of like a common term in like a spooky Halloween sense for what you might consider a seductress, like not like a witch, but like is there some other term for maybe sounds like no. Sure, yeah, vamp.
Yeah, let's go with vamp. That's all. Yeah.
Do you guys agree?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is the vamp? It is.
Get out.
Wow, really?
Alex.
What the hell?
Well, you guys did a lot of vamping, so
Yeah.
I thought like vamping out was just kind of like becoming a couch potato.
I've never heard that before.
No, it's like jamming over one chord.
It's a musical term, yeah.
Oh,
Is it?
Oh.
Okay.
Jamming probably is a more actual definition.
It's used in musicals. It's usually like a 4-measure repeated phrase that's used during like a stage transition or something like that you just kind of keep going on.
all right. Would you guys have gotten this though?
Yeah.
Dude, it's a spooky category, and the word was vamp, and you guys like.
Oh my god, Alex! This means that answer was even way more clutch than I thought.
Yeah. Good one, Alex.
We still have a half a question to get.
We
though.
do, yeah.
I think it is. I think it's a disc.
I can't go against Tim.
Yeah, we said we'd go with Tim next time. So
Okay.
Well, he did answer yes last time, so I think that fulfilled.
yeah,
that
but
part.
everybody did, so that one didn't count.
Okay, yeah, yeah. So he's got the jump ball this time. Yeah, we'll say yeah.
All right. Cool.
Yeah, going yes.
going yes.
Mm-hmm.
Vibram Disc Golf, December 2nd, 2015.
Nice.
Cool.
All right, Randy, Evan, Jaimen, and Erich, category 1 or 3.
Should we zig?
Whatever
I don't
you guys
know.
think.
Should we vamp and
got
move to 1?
We should not vamp.
Okay, we'll stick with 3.
No,
Yeah,
vamp
so-
doesn't mean.
Yeah.
I think we got to just try and take him away from Tim.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 3.
All right, question 3, category 3. This weekend is the DisCap Series 2025 volunteer finale at Stony Kill. Who won last year's event in the MPO division? This weekend is the DisCap Series 2025 volunteer finale at Stony Kill. Who won last year's event in the MPO division?
It wasn't Kyle because he doesn't fucking do anything.
I felt confident making that joke. Not giving away anything.
Well, I lost to this person on hole 18 at SPW.
Oh, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Are you teasing it out? Oh, okay.
Wait, do I
great,
know?
Great.
Last year was it Mucelli?
Holy teen at SPW.
Take that as a no. MPO volunteer flex. Huh.
It was Corey.
Oh, it's Corey.
Oh, shit.
All right. Corey Cook.
Mhm.
As improbable as him winning seems. I'm just kidding, Corey.
No, wow, yeah, this is news to me. I forgot about this.
I thought you were just playing with a real straight face. All right. I like it, Randy.
I think we're, yeah.
Thank you
Going
for
Corey.
volunteering.
You guys agree?
Mhm.
Yeah.
1 second.
That's a year wrong?
This obviously impressed more upon Randy than it did Corey at the time.
Oh, wait. Was it at JPark last year or was that 2 years ago?
Oh
Do you
my
have
God.
the wrong
was
year?
It was
Oh,
a
no.
This must have been 2 years ago.
Oh, shit.
It was at JPark last year.
Oh,
No.
no.
I don't know who won then.
So,
I
Alex
hope it was Corey.
and Corey,
Oh,
who won
fuck.
the DisCap Series 2024?
Oh.
Okay.
volunteer finale last year in the MPO
All right,
division.
so
Man, time flies.
it wasn't Corey.
Randy had me fooled. I thought he was already right. I was able to pull on my PPJ page to look at the scores and like, wow, me and Randy were battling. And then as soon as Pat was like, I looked up at the title and I'm like, oh, this is actually 2023.
Yeah.
I will say Randy was there.
Yeah, I was going
I
to say.
was there.
I
Oh,
imagine he
Randy.
was on the card as well.
I know Randy was there. I know Mucelli was there. And I know they both shot relatively poorly.
Wow. Wow.
Well, here's the thing, because I beat both of them.
Oh, didn't forget that, did you?
But I was playing MA1.
So you should have moved up.
It was a whole discussion on the day. I was like, I don't want to move up for whatever.
I think I remember the conversation being that Justin won and you beat him in MPO.
That was what I kind of had in my head, but I wasn't 100%
I
sure.
think that was the conversation when we got back, is that you had shot better than Justin even though he won MPO.
Yeah.
That's what's sticking out in my head when you just said that. Yeah.
Was this 27 holes?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I had some gastrointestinal distress during this round. I remember. I don't remember who won because of that, though.
So it's Justin?
I'm happy going Justin. That was what was in my head, but it's not a guarantee.
It's a steal, but I think so.
I
Yeah.
don't remember. So yeah, I'm cool with Justin.
You guys agree?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He beat Adam Nelson by a stroke.
Oh.
Nice.
Bonus question. Who won last year's event in the MA1 division?
Hey.
I watched him do it.
From bottom card?
Corey, do you remember?
Whoa.
No.
I played MA1.
Wait, no, I don't remember. I thought the answer was Alex.
It is Alex. I
it
played
is.
MA1 with Alex, and I watched him win.
Oh, you played MA1?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
With the 4 MA1 people that
right.
were there.
Yeah.
6.
6? Was it 6? That's fair.
So I think our answer is Alex.
You guys agree?
Yeah.
You are correct.
My one career win.
All
Played
right.
well.
I do love how these questions fall, though. It just kind of naturally happens like that.
All right. So Alex, Tim, and Corey, that was a steal. What category? 1 or 3? We're halfway through. You guys are up by 3.
Yeah, let's keep it with the one.
Makes sense to me.
All right. Question 4, category 1. Originating from a Greek word which meant divinity or guiding spirit. What term is used to describe an evil spirit, especially one thought to possess a person or act as a tormentor in hell? Originating from a Greek word which meant divinity or guiding spirit. What term is used to describe an evil spirit, especially one thought to possess a person or act as a tormentor in hell?
Is that poltergeist? Or is that just ghost?
I would have said poltergeist was a German word.
Okay. Then
Not a
that
Greek
makes
one.
a ton of sense now that you say that. Greek for demon of some sort. Alex, what crazy poll do you have this time?
I don't have anything quite yet. Trying to think pretty hard. Theoretically could just be ghost. I don't think it's a ghost, though. What else possesses people?
Yeah, I don't.
I mean, could it just be demon?
Could maybe. I don't know.
That's my favorite answer I've thought of so far.
I like Demon more than Ghost.
Yeah, I do too.
I also recognize the fact that I'm zero help on this this category so far. Now I'm looking at the answers. Yeah, so
I think demon came from a word that was like Daemon, which I would have said was Greek origin.
All right, I'm good with it.
I don't know it for a fact, but that's what's coming to mind.
so am I. Demon.
Happy with demon.
Going with demon? Is the demon a disc?
Nice.
I think it's
Gotta
got to be,
be.
right?
Yeah, that one feels like the most likely of the things we've seen so far.
But is that the trap? But yeah, I'm good with
I
yes.
think it's yes.
I think it's
Happy
gotta
with
be.
yes.
You guys agree?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Gateway Disc Sports, September 5th, 2000. All right. Randy, Evan, Erich, and Jaimen. Category 1 or 3. Unless you guys just all
I'm
gave up.
scared. I don't know.
Yeah, don't let them know that though. Can't tell them
Yeah,
that.
don't show your face like that. Take one.
I'm not very good in category 3, but that's fine. I don't care.
I figure because we have more people to
Yeah.
we have a better chance of
Yeah.
remembering something, and that didn't work last
I mean,
round. but-
eventually I might be an answer. I mean, probably not, but
yeah. See,
This worked out so
or
well.
we haven't had Adam Nelson yet, right?
I think we should stay in 3.
Let's go.
Going 3. All
Just
right.
like last
Question
week.
4, category 3. Who won the inaugural Stonewall Classic in the MPO division? Who won the inaugural Stonewall Classic in the MPO division?
Jason.
You sound very confident,
This one I was there, and I wasn't having to run to the bathroom.
and
so-
there aren't multiple years for you to recall.
You didn't have to run to the
Inaugural.
bathroom or run at the basket, from what I've heard.
Mm,
No.
no, exactly.
Zing. Okay, I love it.
Hmm.
You
Sounds
guys
good.
agree?
Yep.
Bonus question. Who won the inaugural Stonewall Classic in the MA3 division? Who won the inaugural Stonewall Classic in the MA3 division?
Ooh.
Should we just guess Ross O'Toole?
That is a good guess.
That is a good guess.
It's not a bad guess. I'm trying to think. I was there. Pat was there. Tim was there. We all played MA40. Who was in MA3?
You were in MA40 by then?
Yeah. Ross is not a bad guess.
I don't remember if he was there.
I don't remember if he was there. It wasn't a ton of us because it wasn't super pleasant out. The only other thing that's popping in my mind is that maybe it was Joseph Goyette, and that was when his name was kind of being said as someone who was getting better before he moved up, but that might be way out of left field. So I don't know.
I haven't the faintest. MA3, jeez.
Erich, what do you think?
I actually like the Rosso tool answer, but I don't know.
Okay.
I can't say confidently. I wasn't there, but yeah.
Speaking of MA3, Evan, how long are you going to let Erich meander in the MA3 division and be on a New England Team Challenge team?
Pass. I wasn't ready for that question.
That's a callback because Jack used to make fun of Eric Bowers. He's like, you can't be on New England Team Challenge and be an MA3.
That was not part of the contract that Erich signed. So
Yeah.
I have no stipulations until the PDGA changes the ratings limit, I guess. Honestly, until the next ratings update, maybe, because Erich's been playing much better lately. So his rating might jump right up. We'll see.
Thank you, buddy.
But yeah, I don't know. Do what you want, bro. I'm not here to yuck your yum.
I am. That's my job.
He's
I know.
razzing me. It's working. I'm charged up. All right.
I got free reign tonight. You got an ace. So
That's true. And didn't get paid for it. And don't care.
Sounds like it.
I don't know.
Exactly.
Totally don't care.
The only other guess I have for this MA3 would be Nick Silvano, but I think he was there, but I don't know that he won. I don't know that he
was
won.
there.
I don't hate that answer because at least you know he was there. We don't even know if Ross was there.
Yeah, that is fair.
I really don't know if Ross was there.
I don't remember Ross being there.
I'm good with Nick.
Okay.
That sounds good.
Yeah,
We
we're
believe
doing
in
it.
you, Nick.
Tim will let us know in a second if we're right.
Yep.
You going with Nick?
Nick Silvano.
Alex, Tim, and Corey, who won the inaugural Stonewall Classic in the MA3 division.
Wait, they can steal the second half on these?
Yeah, we can.
As long as it's not a 50-50, like they couldn't have stole Parker Cole, but yeah, they can steal
Okay.
disc or no disc. Obviously, you can't. But
Yeah, we should factor that in next time when we're choosing what category to go with.
Ray knows how this.
they all knew that, Jaimen.
Yeah,
You're the
that's-
only one-
Yeah,
I've been trying to switch the whole goddamn time.
So Ross didn't go because of the rain. He was signed up, but he didn't play. And the only reason I remember this is because it was brought up on my card. Mike Warner won MA3 in the first one.
The Highland variety?
The Highland variety.
I mean, I have no problems with answering that. It's just Ross was an MA2 player in my head for like ever.
He was signed up in MA2 for that, and then he didn't, because of the rain, he dropped that morning. Because I remember he was supposed to be on our card when I played MA2 that year, and he was supposed to be on the card, but it was raining, so he dropped.
So Mike Warner,
Mike Warner.
sounds good to me.
You guys agree?
Yeah.
Yep.
You were correct.
Nice.
I had him as an answer because everybody played with him at this year's Stonewall Classic, so I thought it'd be fitting. All right, that was a steal. You guys are up 10-5. Alex, Tim, and Corey, Category 1 or Category 3?
Category 1 seems to be working for us.
Yeah, I think we just keep rolling.
All right, question 5, Category 1. What term is used to describe an evil spirit originally from Arabic lore who steals corpses or someone taking pleasure in a tragedy? What term is used to describe an evil spirit originally from Arabic lore who steals corpses or someone taking pleasure in tragedy?
Corey, this one's on you.
Yeah, right. Had to go from the other end.
Or takes pleasure in misery. Is that what that was?
Yeah.
Not misery.
Was it not misery? I thought it was misery.
Oh, maybe it was misery. Either way, takes pleasure in. Wait, can you say the question again, please?
What term is used to describe an evil spirit originally from Arabic lore who steals corpses or someone taking pleasure in a tragedy?
Tragedy.
Tragedy.
I was going to say misery. I was going to say like mass, but
That's what I was thinking too in the word. I was thinking mastic.
pleasure in tragedy.
Stealing corpses. Who's
Also a Halloweeny term.
right? What is going to be?
Not a ghoul. Not a.
I mean,
You mean what, Alex? Give it here, boy. Give it here. What do you got?
Alex, yeah, what do you got?
like Ghoul kind of makes sense. Like some sort of scavenger, and not, maybe a hyena or jackal or something like that. But I don't think that's
jackal.
right. I mean, could be a jackal, but
What does a jack-o'-lantern
It is.
even mean?
I don't know.
a jackal and a jack-o'-lantern are two different things.
Yes, very different.
But it's a pumpkin, and I get the lantern part, but where's the jackal come from?
Good question, Corey.
Great question. I don't know.
It's Jack-o'-lantern. There's a
Oh,
character. Jack.
yeah. It's Jack-o'-lantern, not Jack.
He's Irish.
Not jack-o'-lantern. Sorry, I really locked into that Jackal for a second.
I think more Egypt than Arabic
Yeah,
for
that's true. Jackal's more.
for Jackal, but
Yeah, like I'm thinking, like for whatever, I'm hung up on the corpse stealer for whatever reason. I can't get off that.
I'm not coming up with anything good. I don't
know.
I
think.
got
I
is
got
Ghoul
nothing.
for no other reason than it's another
You want to go with just Ghoul?
spooky term.
All right, let's go with Ghoul.
Sure.
You guys agree?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is the Ghoul?
Wow.
They can't
I'm
keep
so
getting
mad.
away with it.
Dude,
I'm so mad right now.
I
I'm
had
so
that
mad.
too. God
They
damn it.
can't
I would
keep
never
getting
have guessed
away
that came
with
from
it.
Arabic.
I'm so mad.
No. That's definitely a disc.
Oh hell yeah!
Sure, I believe
It's
you.
got to
I
be
don't
after
know.
that.
Yes, it's a disc.
Going with it is a disc.
Gateway Disc Sports, February 24th, 2025.
Right.
Randy, Evan, Eric, and Jaimen, category 1 or 3.
Can we do one, please?
Is it? Yeah, let's just do one.
Is it time?
Final question in category 1.
Yep.
All right, question 6, category 1. In the Halo franchise, what is the name of the Covenant's primary heavy mortar tank known for lobbing plasma blasts in a high arc? In the Halo franchise, what is the name of the Covenant's primary heavy mortar tank known for lobbing plasma blasts in a high arc?
Don't all say it at
Oh,
once.
stop it.
I
Alex.
know them all, but I'm scared.
I don't remember the name anymore.
I
Is it
have a guess.
Scarab?
That's my guess. Yep.
Okay.
That was my guess. Yep.
Scarab, isn't that the gun? No, never mind. That's the Needler. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
All right, we're going Scarab.
Eric, you like it?
I love it.
Great.
Do you guys think Alex has played Halo before?
Yeah, we're gonna.
I think Alex is playing Halo right now. He's got a game going on his second monitor.
His bed is a Scarab tank.
Oh,
He
shut
sleeps
up.
on every night.
No, it's a Warthog. Come on.
Definitely has an $800 Master Chief like suit in the closet.
Alex might be the only person as tall as Master Chief.
You mean the Sony property now?
Oh,
I mean, not property, but they're on PlayStation now.
Oh yeah, they're like the remastered version or whatever just got released or is getting released.
that doesn't feel right.
No, I'm out of the loop. I didn't know that.
Oh, dude, it's sick. It's like it's on like the Unreal Engine and like, all the graphics are updated and stuff.
You guys good with Scarab?
Scarab.
Alex, Tim, and Corey, in the Halo franchise, what is the name of the
Wow,
Covenant's primary
fucking
heavy
hell.
mortar
Seriously?
tank known for lobbing plasma blasts in a high arc?
The Scarab was the big crawly
Is
thing.
it a hunter? No.
No, I think they said it. It's a wraith.
I have no.
I thought that was the
haven't played-
flying one.
I can't
I'm just on
remember
your
at all.
team
No,
now.
the flying one's the Banshee.
Oh, the Banshee.
I used to be nasty on a ghost.
Yeah,
Wraith does make sense.
Wraith. Yeah, it makes sense. I'm pretty sure that's a disc too, guys.
Shut up.
I think a wraith might be a disc.
So the answer is
You
Wraith.
guys agree?
Yep.
Is the Wraith a disc?
I wrote Scarab
Yeah.
down and everything. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, I played a lot of Halo back in the day.
As much as I did, I should have gotten that.
Is the Wraith a disc?
It is.
Yes.
Corey's got a yellow one. Yeah.
I had a yellow one.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
it's
had
mine.
it. You lost that
I
disc.
lost to that that Hope Lake tournament. The third time
that's
playing a
nice.
hole for the weekend.
Innova Champion Discs, August 15th, 2005. All right, final round. Alex, Tim, and Corey, question 5. What disc golfer came on the 200th episode of the podcast to talk about his disc golf board game, Disc in a Box? What disc golfer came on the 200th episode of the podcast to talk
Finally.
about his disc golf board game, Disc in a Box?
Shoot.
I would not be able to tell you.
He was the guy
Oh.
that called in off his phone. He's from Massachusetts.
I remember the whole discussion.
Me too.
Boston
I
accent.
can remember everything but his name.
Looks like it starts with an E.
An E. Eric.
Corey, whose team are you on?
Shh.
Corey's on our team.
Wait, am I doing this
Let
wrong?
him go. No, you're nailing it.
You're so good. You got it.
I'm so confused. It's our question,
It
right?
is, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
it is.
shit. My bad.
Yeah, it is. Our question. I was so confused.
Wait, so I'm not doing anything wrong, right?
No, you were
Yeah,
good,
they were
Corey.
wrong.
Depends on your perspective.
My complete generalizations over here didn't. Yeah, I don't know, Eric.
It's Eric Wilson. Who's on the wedge team? That's
That's
Eric.
Nifa guy.
Oh yeah.
You talking about Eric Bowers?
That is who I was thinking
Yeah, it's
of.
not him.
But I don't think it was Eric
No.
Bowers.
Although not was he a wedge guy?
In my head, he was a wedge guy, but maybe that's just because I wanted to play the game with Jack at our upcoming
Yeah.
team challenge challenge match, and then we never ended up doing
Man,
it.
sure would help to know who's on that wedge team.
I don't think we need to stress too much about
Yeah, I
this. I
don't
feel
think
like
so.
I
My
have a
answer
pretty
is Eric.
comfortable lead.
Just straight Eric.
Just Eric, and
Yeah,
hopefully we
Eric,
get
and
to
then,
be
we'll
more
go.
specific.
Yeah, I
You
can't
guys agree?
remember. Yeah.
Going with Eric.
Randy, Evan, Eric, and Jaimen, what disc golfer came on the 200th episode of the podcast to talk about his disc golf board game, Disc in a Box?
Josh Isaac.
I love that Jamie
Wow.
knew it.
Okay.
I just like that Corey was describing Eric Wilson.
Yeah.
I was just like, what are you doing?
And then when somebody said Eric Wilson, he's like, no, that's the NIFA guy.
Different guy.
You guys agree?
We agree.
What course is used as the game board? What course is used as the game board?
Is it like Maple Hill or something like that?
No.
I'd have to say FDR. That's like his
That
main
sounds-
course.
Yeah, I
That sounds familiar.
You guys agree?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yes.
You are correct. And that was a steal. The final question. Kyle Hirsch won this year's Blues at Burbine in the MPO division. Who won it last year? Kyle Hirsch won this year's Blues at Burbine in the MPO division. Who won it last year?
Didn't Ethan win it last year?
I was going to say Ethan. Yeah, he's historically done really well there.
I like it. What do you think, Ev?
Yeah, sounds good. I don't have a better guess.
You guys agree?
Sure.
Yep.
Your bonus question. Who won the inaugural Blues at Burbine in the MPO division?
When was that?
I love that you're using inaugural, by the way.
I do it intentionally.
Appreciate that.
I can't remember. Zach Bodette, did he win that or the Stockyard Open?
He won the Stockyard.
Gotcha.
Could it be Miguel? He plays Burbine a lot.
Since you guys are down, I will just tell you this year's was the 5th.
I was going to say what year.
Oh, wow. I thought this
Oh
was
my God. I thought it was the third.
Yeah, Tim Giardini. And I'm actually maybe confident.
Love it. All right. The GOAT.
Do you guys agree?
Sure.
Heck yeah.
Yep.
You are correct.
Wow.
Hey,
Nice.
Randy.
With a maybe confident.
Did we
it's a
win?
We won.
I
You
stopped
won
keeping
this
score.
question.
Don't count.
I stopped keeping score.
Alex, did that give them 9 or 10? I don't know if I gave them a...
I have them at 9.
Okay, so 14-9.
We did it.
Man, we should have switched categories sooner. I wish somebody said that.
Weird. It's like what happened last week.
We just need to know the year this shit happens.
Yeah, that would be helpful.
Anybody got anything?
Putting League starts next week.
Randy, is that true?
Mine?
Yeah, right?
Should I be promoting that right
Whoa.
now?
I don't
Shoot.
think-
Is that true,
That snuck
Randy?
up on me.
Starts like the 3rd of November, right?
Yeah, so Putting League at 9 Pin starts next week, November 3rd. Same format as in the past. We've got a little bit more space because they've moved some stuff around, but similar vibe. Bring 2 putters. It's free if you want to play for free, and there's a $5 pro division as well, and a $1 ace pod.
Nice. This weekend, we've got the volunteer finale. Anything else?
I'll be playing MA3 in both that and NIFA.
And
Okay.
NIFA's the other thing.
Yeah, NIFA finals is this weekend.
That's this. Okay,
Sign
wow.
up. There's only like 44 people. It's wild.
You have to
Or
be
49
a
people.
NIFA
Yeah, true.
participant.
I knew that they were opening up if you played one event. So now they've just opened it up if you've signed up at all. And okay, so that's kind of cool.
It might be if you've played one event, or it might be you just need to be a NIFA member or something like that. I don't know.
It makes sense that they've just opened it up. I mean, why would you sign up for NIFA and not even play one event? But I guess there's probably a few
You
people
can sign
who've
up for
done
a
that.
couple of years at a time, yeah.
Yeah.
And I was just looking through. Mark Ox is running his Tuesday night putting league at Melvin Roads American Legion. That's starting on the 4th.
I'm glad you mentioned that because I do remember seeing something about that. Any birthdays coming up?
Whole bunch of them. Justin Muccelli's birthday was on Tuesday. Chad Larson's birthday was on Wednesday. Julia May Marger, her birthday is on Thursday, the day this comes out. David Martin's birthday is on Halloween on Friday.
Travis Bashore is also Halloween.
Mm.
Did you mention Mucelli?
Did, yeah.
Yep.
Nick Gerges from Long Island Saturday.
I was going to say Nick Gerges
Nick Gerges.
and Seth Pokris, also from Long Island. Beat me to 50.
A lot of birthdays.
Yeah, well, it's cold in February.
Damn it, that's usually my joke.
And Valentine's Day. Come on. Anything else?
Very quickly, sorry, I just remembered. I purchased a government surplus mailbox, so I'm finally going to have an actual lost and found at CTK.
Ooh.
Nice.
Wait, what is this surplus
Yeah.
mailbox program? I could use a new one.
I got the last one. I tried to buy a lot of 3 of them, and I got outbid at like the last second. Govdeals.com.
Wait, I'm going on there to look at like old cars and like 5-ton trucks just for shits and giggles. You can buy mailboxes on there too.
Yeah, it's 160 pounds. It's not the dome mailboxes, but it's like a rectangle. It's the same kind of thing, though. You open it up and put it in, and it closes itself. It's GovDeals, GovDeals.com.
With 3 Z's.
Yeah.
Because they'll put you to sleep, right, Corey?
Like they literally have fire trucks on there. You can go on there and buy a fire truck right now. Like those are the kinds of things I'm going on there for.
They have a bunch of cars right now listed at like $500. It's like a week auction, so I'm sure they're going to go up a lot. But yeah, Albany puts a lot of stuff on there. There's a warehouse over by 85 in New Albany that you can pick this stuff up at. So I got a mailbox that new is like $1,500 and I got it for $50, and it's absolutely bomb proof. I'm going to throw some cement on the bottom of it to keep it in the ground, and it's going to be like 300 pounds of lost and found box.
Jaimen, have you listened to the podcast where they're anticipating you playing at Mindkill this year?
What?
I saw it earlier today. The
Not
Another Disc Golf podcast came out today, and one of the comments was Jaimen plays Mindkill. I didn't. Did anybody listen to it?
I did. Yeah.
I actually listened to a little bit of it while I was practice putting, but I guess I didn't get to that part yet.
To be honest, it was at the end of the comments. So
They mentioned it must be kind of weird the first time that you're not on the Mindkill home team. You're coming back to Mindkill to play against your old home team. Something like that.
It'll be a nice reunion.
just so you know, you cannot do an interview with them. You got to do it here first. You can do it with them after. No, I'm just teasing. Don't matter.
Never been asked.
All right. Well, thank you, Evan, Alex, Corey, Randy, Enrique, Tim, Jaimen, and congratulations, Jason, the Winter Battle Royale winner, and Sweeta.
Thanks, Pat.
Thanks, Pat.
Thanks, everybody.
I'm actually Enrique. I'm Erich's more sophisticated counterpart. So
We all know your government name.
As
I've been trying
easily
to hide it,
overstimulated.
dude. I've been trying to hide it.
Enrique Palazzo. Anybody?
Is that a
No.
is that a Seinfeld one?
I feel like Evan would know that.
Actually, the first Naked Gun movie.
The umpire. He saved the Queen's life.
That's not the umpire, Your Honor.
Hey, it's Enrico Palazzo.
Never mind.
I consider myself a cinephile, and I'm only 36, and these guys are like way younger than me, so they definitely don't know that because I don't know it.
Oh, if you don't know it,
How
then.
dare you?
I mean, well, you know, I'm tier one.
Eric, do you know Rollo Tomasi?
No, I do not.
Okay.
Should I?
Only if you've seen The Usual Suspects. Or no, not The Usual Suspects, LA Confidential. That was totally the wrong name.
I was going to say, you're thinking Kaiser Sose.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Don't spoil it.
If it's been out for 20 years, I think it's been spoiled.
Probably closer to 30.
Yeah.